Nada, you sent yours. Okay, so we only have my okay, so we just have today, tomorrow, Thursday, and we have the final exam on Wednesday. So just for your information, the final exam on not the final exam on Friday. Sorry. So we have today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll have class. On Friday is the final exam. Okay, so it's just I'm gonna just put a little note here. Close Friday is final exam, and the exam is just based on Excel and PowerPoint. Okay, so there won't be anything on Outlook or Microsoft Word for the final exam, and it's going to be 30 questions, as I recall. Okay, so we did one assignment I gave yesterday, and then we'll have one more assignment which I will give you tomorrow. Tomorrow's assignment is like a PowerPoint. You just create a PowerPoint. Has anyone not worked with PowerPoint or played around PowerPoint? Okay. So PowerPoint, yeah, we'll start in PowerPoint tomorrow. Now, I gave you a little handout, an activity, and let me just go here. That's not the one. All right, so what I gave you was just a little practice activity that you can follow along if you want to follow along with what I'm doing right now. Let me just see. The chat room is here. Okay, Dean, about 20 years ago. No, okay, so the practice, what I'm giving you right now is not an assignment, it's just an activity that you can follow along, okay? You just keep that for yourselves. Okay. So okay, so Excel, Microsoft Excel. Like I said yesterday, yeah, about 10 of you I think enrolled in the Excel program on Udemy. Okay, so if you, like I said, it's a free program. You don't have to pay anything because I'm giving you a free link to it, and you can use it indefinitely. So it's not just for the length of the course here, but you can use it forever. And like I said, myself and my friend Brad, well, mostly me, I'll be updating that Udemy course. I think there's about 32 hours on it right now. So we're trying to bring it up to about 60 hours. And like I said, you have the free link and you can access that course indefinitely, any time of the day, from anywhere. You use a cell phone or a computer, doesn't matter. Okay, does anyone have any questions about yesterday?
Yes, sir. Can you please go over the percentage part of it?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that right now. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, on the activity I gave you, okay, I give you, there are 3 sheets, practice activity 1, and I have this one right here, cause of NHS leading causes of death, and I have this one right here called charts. Let me just go into the PowerPoint here. Let's see this is a PDF file. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, just make sure my screen is being shared. Okay, so we're going to do chapter 3, and chapter 3 includes some of the material that we did yesterday, especially in terms of formatting, like using dollar signs and percentage. So formatting, let's just go through here. So we're going to talk about applying number formats and percentage formats, work with other formatting tools, the adjust the column width and row height, and conditional formatting. This is a very powerful way of isolating information in an Excel spreadsheet. And we'll talk about adding borders and merging cells. Okay, so now, so apply the counting, currency, and percentage formats. So to apply some type of format to the number, okay, you have a number, you can click the cell that has a number, and you can go into home, and you have, if you click this chevron, okay, so that little arrow that looks like an upside down incomplete triangle is called a chevron. Some people call it a drop down arrow. You have all these options here to format. Okay? So let's just go into Excel. I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is that little activity, that little kind of activity that you can follow along with. Okay? You're not going to be marked on this. This is just to keep for your own personal reference here. I'm going to press Control and use the scroll wheel to make my screen a little bigger here. All right, so here I have a column for comma. I have one for counting, one for number, and I have one for long dates. Okay, so now if you look at these numbers here, they're just numbers with decimals. So if I click this first cell right here, cell D4, I go into home and I look right here. Okay, I can convert that number to a specific format. So I can apply a currency format, an accounting, or a percentage or fraction scientific. Don't worry about the scientific or the fraction, but I just want to focus on percentage, the long date, currency, and accounting, since they're the most commonly used ones. All right, so if I click this cell right here, cell D4, and once again, always check, you can look at the name box right here. If I hover the mouse here, it tells me this is called the name box. And the name box tells me which cell is currently active. And remember, the active cell always has the green perimeter. You can see that green rectangular perimeter. And so that's D4. Now, if I go into home, and if I go here, I have all these different ways to format it, but I can also have these quick ways right here to format it as well. So if I here, I'm going to apply a comma to these values, and the comma is going to separate it based on thousands of units. So if I click right here, the comma, that's what it does. So it reduces the amount of decimals to 2 decimals and puts a comma after 7. If I go right here to the next one, cell D5, if I click right here, the comma, that's what it does. Now I'm going to click this cell right here, and I'm going to do that again, but just a little technique. If you want to repeat the last command, you can just go on the keyboard and press F4. Look on your keyboard, the top keys, and look for the F4 key. The F4 key will repeat the last command that you do. So I'm going to try that again. I'm going to click right here, press my F4 key, and that's what I get. I'm going to just click right here. All right, now I'm going to click right here in the middle. I'm going to left click, hold, and drag down. Now I'm going to apply that comma formatting to all these values. And now that it's all highlighted, I'm going to go right here and click the comma. And the comma is going to separate the values based on thousands of units. Now, if you look here, I have 2 decimal places for all these numbers, 0.62, 0.68, 0.73. So there are 2 decimal places there. I'm going to click this first one here, cell D4, And I'm going to go into home. And if you look right here under the numbers group, so this group of commands that are called number, you'll see this right here, increase decimal or decrease decimal. If I press the decrease decimal, you see what happens. It removes the last decimal but rounds it up. Okay? So if I click it again, that's what happens. Let me press Control Z to undo that. If I increase the decimal, I can just add more decimals to it. So just remember that if you have a value and you don't like how many decimals are there, maybe there are too many decimals, you can just click the cell, make sure it's active, and then go right here and decrease the decimal. Or in some cases, you might want to increase the decimal. I'm going to just highlight all this right here. So I'm going to put the mouse right in the middle of the first one, left click, hold, and drag. And now I'm going to go back and decrease the decimal, and it's going to affect all of them. And that's what I get right there. Now I'm just going to look at accounting. So accounting has these numbers here. Okay, it's got a integer and a decimal number here. And it's, as you can see, there are a lot of decimals here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 decimal places for some of these numbers. So now I'm going to apply the accounting format. And this is one of the most commonly used formats. It applies a dollar symbol. So I'm going to click the first one right here. And I'm going to go right here and look for accounting. And that's what happens. So accounting, what it's going to do is, if you click accounting, it's going to do two things. It's going to reduce your decimals to 2 decimals. So I only have 2 decimals here, 0.94. And it's going to prefix your value with a dollar sign or any type of symbol, monetary symbol. And it's going to create a space here. So this is just an accounting format. If you work with accounting, they tend to leave a space between the monetary symbol and the first digit. So I'm going to click right here, go back into accounting, go general, and click accounting. And that's what I get again. Let me click right here, and I'm going to click right here. I think this is the accounting. Yeah, I can click the accounting symbol from right here as well. And that's what it's going to do. Okay, now I'm going to click right here. I'm going to click the drop-down arrow, the chevron. Just click it, and I have an option here to apply other monetary symbols. So I can apply a euro, I can apply the one, the French franc, and I have more accounting formats as well here. Okay, so now I'm just going to click there, and I'm going to go right here, apply the dollar. And now I'm going to click right here. Okay, now I'm going to press my Control, hold it, the Shift, hold it, and the down arrow. Okay, and that's going to highlight that entire, the rest. Now that it's highlighted, I'm just going to go right here and click the accounting format here. Okay, and that's what I get right there. Okay, now another very common format that you'll use with Excel is the number format. Here, I'm going to click the cell right here. Okay, and this is F4. If I look right here in the name box, it's F4. So make sure it's selected. I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to click. Sorry, my mistake here. I didn't want accounting. I wanted currency. So just go right here, okay, and delete number. So click the cell, press delete, and type in currency. So that's all I did. I went right here. I click the cell, press delete, and then I just typed in currency. Okay, as long as the cell is selected, as long as it's active, you can input anything. Now just press enter. Okay, so now I have 736 decimal 94 and so on. So I want to apply a currency to this. So I'm going to click here, go to general, and click right here and apply a currency. Okay, now you see the difference here. The currency put the dollar symbol right at one space before the number sign. Let me just do this one right here. And I'm going to go right here, click that and go currency. And that's what I get there. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to press my F4 key to repeat the last command. I'm going to click here, press my F4 key, fine. I'm going to left click here, put the mouse right here, left click, hold, and drag. Okay. And now I'm going to press my F4 key, and that's what's going to happen. So the difference between accounting and currency, the difference is very subtle. The difference has to do with negative numbers and how you want to output negative numbers. We won't be talking about negative numbers, but I'll just show you what I mean here. If I click here, like I said, you don't have to know this. If I click right here, this cell F4, right click, and if I go here to format cells, now if you look here, it says currency. I have number, alignment, font, border, fill, protection. A lot of these tabs are already here in the ribbon, and they're just repeating over again. So here, if I go to number, it's telling me that the formatting for this value is currency. Here, if you look here, I have options in terms of how I can output negative numbers, right? And so this is one of the differences between currency and accounting. If I look in accounting, I don't have that option for negative numbers. So, for example, let's say you're doing a financial of the revenue, and the revenue I do believe is what's the formula for revenue? I think it's expenditure minus net, something like that. Okay, but if let's say you're not making a profit and you're losing money, then you can output that as red. Because if you look at spreadsheets, if you're losing money in a certain row or column, you're going to have an output of red. Okay, that's what they say by being in the red. So you're losing money. So with currency, I can output a red format, a red coloring for values that are, let's say, that are negative numbers. Okay, and I cannot do that with accounting. So that's the principal difference between using currency and using accounting. So generally, most of the time you're going to be using currency because of this option that you can output negative numbers and give it a color. Low battery. Hold on one second. Okay, so let me just cancel. Okay, anyone have any questions so far about this? Let me just check the chat room here. Okay, Joanna, the PDF shortcut key. Yeah, I'll give you a PDF for Excel. The shortcut key for Excel are pretty much the same as Word. Okay. So Control. The difference is there's some differences like Control bold, italic, underline. You cannot. There are no shortcut keys in Excel for that. So I will give you some shortcut keys for Excel. Now, once again, if you go onto that course that I do, I show you the shortcut keys for Windows and Mac as well. Okay. Okay, so now here I have date. Okay, and this is a short date. So to get a date format, let me just delete this. Go click in here and press delete. So to get a date format, I just have to put, let's say, the month hyphen, let's say the day hyphen and the year. And now I press enter, and Excel automatically formats it in this format right here. Like this format here is called the short date format. It's a short date because the name of the month and the day are not included in letter form. So I'm just having the numerical representation of the month and the day and the year. So we call that the short day. Now, if I want to convert this to a long date, sorry, I click it, go right here, And look right here, it says long date, and I click that. Okay, now when I do that, Excel is telling me, look, I'm getting it. There's an error. There's not enough room here. Now, if you put the mouse, hover the mouse over here, Excel is telling you what is behind the error. And if you look closely, it says Saturday, March 4th, 23. So just once again, if you go and hover the mouse over the error, the pound symbols, yeah, you can see there's a screen tip there just underneath the white cross. And that tells me what's actually behind the error. Now to fix this error, all I have to do is put my mouse right here. And I'm putting the mouse right here between the border between G and H. Now at this point here, I can either left click and drag over. No more, yeah, and that's what I get. I'm going to press Control Z to undo that. Now instead of left clicking and dragging, I can put the mouse right here between the G and the H until I get the two arrows and just double click it. Okay, so if you double click very quickly, you can automatically expand it to the right length. Okay, now can you remember the shortcut key for the date? Okay, it was Control, Shift, and Control. Okay, it was Control and the semicolon. Okay, so that's what I just did right now. I pressed the Control key, hold it, and press the semicolon, and I get the today's date. So once again, I want to convert this to today to a long date instead of a short date. So click it and go here to in this click the arrow here and look for long date. Okay, and that's what I get here. So remember, all you have to do is type in the month, hyphen, type in the day, hyphen, and you can type in the year, and that's what you'll get there. Now, if I want to I'll just show you something right now very quickly. I'm going to put today's date here. I'm going to leave this one here, but I want the short date, so I'm going to just type in. Okay, so this is today's date. Now, if I put the mouse right here, yeah, you see this green square. This is a very special green square at the bottom right. If I put the mouse over it, I'm going to get a black cross. Okay, so if I now left click, hold, and drag, I can change the dates sequentially. So now it's saying to me 10/4/23, 10 month, 5th day, 6th day, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. So if you want a sequential output of either months or days, we can just do that. I'll do that again. Okay, so all I did was click the day, click this date, and put the mouse right here. Hover the mouse over the green square until you get a black cross. Then you left click, hold, and drag. And that's what you get. Now I'm going to undo that. I'm going to click right here, left click, hold, and drag. Now I'm going to go into Home, and I'm going to go into Fill, and I'm going to go here into Series. Now this is a handy tool to use when you want to create a series of numbers or dates sequentially. So here I have series, type, and date unit. I'm going to go here and click month, okay, and click OK. Now when I do that, as you can see what it does, it sequences the months. So here's the 10th month, 11th, the 12th, and then it goes on to the next year. So the 3rd month of next year, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and so on. So let me just press Control Z to undo that. So once again, if you want to do that, if you want to create a sequence, click the cell. Now left click, hold, and drag. Then you go here into Fill, and you go here into Series. And you know what? Let's try the year this time. Okay, I want to sequence the year from 2023 and click OK. And this is what happens. The year is sequenced. let's just leave it at that. Okay, so percentage. Yeah, so the percentage is something that can stymie people initially. Okay, so here I have attendance and I have capacity. So let's just say this is the attendance refers to how many people attended a meeting. The capacity is how many people were supposed to be at this meeting. Now I want to find a percentage of this. Okay, so the percentage is very simple. You just type in equals, and you divide the this value here. That's the numerator, I do believe, and you divide it by the denominator, and I press enter, and I get 82 or 0.82. Now I want to convert this to a percentage. So when you're working with just bare numbers like that, you'll get decimals, and you have to convert that to a percentage. So you click it, and you can go right here, and that tells me 82% of the people attended a meeting. I'll show that again. I'm going to click in here, click in the next cell, equals, take this value right here and divide it by this value right here, and I'm going to get a decimal. Now I need to convert this into a percentage, so I'm going to click right here and go right here to percentage, or I can click right here and click right here, percentage, and that's what I get right there. Now I'm just going to, let me see if I can just this down. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to apply that formula to all these values right here. So I'm going to click right here, put the mouse over the green square, left click, hold, and drag, drag, left click, hold, and drag. Right, and this is what I get here. Right. Now, that's probably one of the most common ways of getting a percentage format. Now, just for your information, okay, like I said yesterday, if I type in 2, okay, type in 2, select it, and click percentage, it's going to give me 200. If I click in here, type 3, and just press the escape key, sorry, press 3, then click out. Now click again and type percentage, I'm going to get 300. In order to avoid this, okay, if you have a percentage column and you know it's going to be all percentage, okay, you're going to calculate the percentage of whatever. You can already you can format the cells to accept percentage. So I'm going to click this cell, left click, hold, and drag up to here. And then I'm going to go right here and click percentage. So now if I put 2 in here, it's going to say 2%. If I put 3, I get 3%, 5, 4, 6, 7. So just bear that in mind, okay? You cannot put a number here, okay, and then click in here and then apply a percentage to that. It's going to, Excel is going to add two more decimal places to that. So in order to avoid it, just make sure you click the cell and click percentage first, and then you can put a number in there and it'll append the percentage properly. Okay, so are you okay with the percentage? Anyone need any clarification on any of this? Let me just check the chat room.
Yes, I'm fine with it.
Okay, great. Okay, Asana, great. So let me just check if anyone has any questions here.
So can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
So with the percentage, right? Say
Yeah.
for instance, if I had put equal bracket and I put K4, I put K4 slash L5 bracket.
Yeah.
Would that make any difference?
Okay, if you were, let me just so let me delete this and I delete that. Okay, so if I say equals,
bracket.
Let me hold on 1 second. I'm gonna put this back to general. Okay, now if these cells are not formatted, if they're just general cells, So if I click here, this cell, and I look here, it's just general, okay? So there's no specific format. And that's usually what Excel, by default, all these cells are general. So there's no specific format. You have to add the format, okay? If I type in equals and click this value and /, which is divide by this value here, okay, I'm going to get this, right? Which is not what I want. I want the actual percentage, okay? It's giving me a decimal. All I have to do is click it, and I can go right here and click percentage, and that's going to convert it. Okay? If I click right here, and if I convert this to a percentage, okay, I'm going to go here and set the format for percentage. If I click in here now, okay, type in equals, and click this value divided by this one, let's see what's happened. Okay, so I'll get the correct amount, okay, 42.16. So the safest thing for you is is to make sure all these cells are highlighted. Okay, so delete all this. Make sure all these cells are selected, and just go here and click percentage. Okay, and now it's already ready. It's ready to receive any number, and it'll convert that to a percentage. So that's the easiest way of doing this in order to avoid this error. Right? So if you're working with a column of values and you have to calculate a percentage, whatever type of percentage, just select the whole column like this, left click, hold, and drag, and click this one right here, percentage. And there's a shortcut key, Control Shift, and the percentage symbol. Okay? So if you click right here, these empty cells, left click and drag, and you click percentage, now it's ready to automatically format it for you. Okay? So that's the thing that I think most people usually do. So they just pre-format the cells, and then they do the calculation, and the result goes there, and it's converted into a percentage. All right, Ascend, is that okay?
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Good.
Okay. All right, so let's just see. Let me just check anyone else has any questions. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Okay, so all right, so this number format applies the currency symbol, adds 2 decimal places, and changes the cells alignment. So that's going to be the accounting. Okay, number doesn't do anything. Okay, percentage in general, they don't change the cells alignment. Okay? So the alignment was that everything for accounting, when I converted it into an accounting number, it had the dollar sign, but it shifted to a space between the number and the dollar sign. All right, so let's just now let's see other formatting tools. Okay, so cell styles. Okay, so cell styles. This is something I rarely ever use, and I don't know if any too many people who use cell styles. The idea is the same as with Microsoft Word. Right? So the cell styles. I just go here, and I go right into Home, and if I look here under Styles, this group of commands, I have cell styles. If I click it, I have all these options. So if I, let's say, highlight all this right here, and I go into cell styles, I can pick a specific style. And these styles apply a formatting to just the font. Okay, they change the overall the color of the font and the type of font. This it only applies to fonts, unlike themes, which apply to the whole sheet. Okay, so just know that the cell styles only apply to the font, the text, but if I change the theme, okay, so if I go into layout, okay, I have this option here for themes. And once again, themes is another thing that I've never used it, themes. I don't think I've ever used it. Never had any cost to use it. So themes applies an overall color to everything in your spreadsheet. Okay? And it's the same as in Microsoft Word. So you have all these different options here. And you can just change the colors and the font and add effects here. And that'll apply to everything in this workbook. So if you have worksheets here, many worksheets, and you apply a theme to one, if you apply to one, then it's going to affect all these ones right here. Okay? So let's see, now themes, I don't think you'll ever really have to cost use themes. Now, just one thing here, now that we're here in page layout, a lot of times people don't like to see the cells. If you look here, I can see the gray cell borders. If you don't want to see that, you go into page layout and you click right here, grid lines, and click view, and that'll remove the little cell borders. So now I just have this sort of white background here. If I want to put it back, I just go back into here, view, and it goes back. Now, if I want to remove the headers here, G, H, A, B, C, D, okay, so the column headers, so these are called column headers. I can just go into page layout and click headings and view. And now I lose that, and I lose the row headings as well. And a lot of times people will remove that, and they'll remove the cell grid. So I'm going to put them back. Okay, so now I clicked view, and I have that returned, and I clicked view for the grid lines, and I've got that returned as well. Just go back in here. Okay, so let's just talk about some of these formatting buttons up here. I'm going to go into home. And I want to talk about these right here, the alignments. So alignments. If you look here, yeah, I've got left align, yeah, I've got center, and I've got right alignment. And as you can see, there's no shortcut keys for these, right? Now, if I want to, let's say, align, let's say, let me just type something here. I'm going to say Mike. And Mike, I know, is also in Mike. These names here I put into a my list. If you want to know how to create pre-made list, okay, you just go into File and go into Options. And let me see, where is it? It's in I think it's in Data. No, not Data. It's Formula. Just check 1 second. General. I should know this. I've used it in a while. Advanced. Let me just see, where is it? Where is it? Let me find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. You go into advanced and you go down here to general and you look here, edit custom list. You click this and now you can create your own list, right? So I'm going to create a list here. I'm going to say Luis, say Asnet, Santiago, Evelyn. I'm just going to put in a few names here. Maurice. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. So now I'm going to say add. And this is what I get here. Now I'm going to click OK and click OK again. So now when I put Luis's name in here, Luis, and if I put the mouse right here and drag, I can get Ascent, Santiago, Evelyn, Maurice, and their names will appear right there. Okay, so that's just that's the way of that. Like, let's say if you're working in the office and you have a list of people, patients, or whatever, and you want to put their names in a pre-made list that because you're always using their names. That's one way of doing it. Okay, so now So I have Mike, Rick, Saeed, Tom, Jane, Mandy, and so on. Now, if I left click, hold, and drag, I can change the alignment. Okay, so I'm going to put it right aligned, and that's what I get. I can center it, or I can put it to the left alignment. Now I'm going to just let's say go down here, and I'm going to type in. Let's say there was a question on the exam about the assignment on this one. So let's talk about this. So let's say you're putting a title here. Let me just go up here. You know what? I'm going to go up here, and I want more rows up here. I only have 2. I want to create another, add some more rows. So I'm going to click right here, row 2. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go insert and press insert. And that inserts another row. Okay, so once again, let me just go right here, click number 3, right click, and go insert. And I can insert another row. All right, so I'm going to give this a title. I'm going to say, let's say, number format activity for, let's just say for the morning class. Okay, now when I type that in here, if you look here, oops, let me just, I think I spelled that wrong. If you look here, okay, if I click this cell here, cell D2, and I look here in the formula bar, it's saying to me all this information is concentrated in cell D2. If I click E2, the formula bar is saying there's nothing there. If I click F2, there's nothing there. So all the this whole set, this title is just right here in this single cell right here, but it's overlapping onto these other cells. It's crossing over, right? But it's not actually going into these other cells. It's still in its own cell. Now, I have 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay? I have 4 cells here that this one title looks like it's touching. I want to merge this title. So I'm going to click right here, left click, hold, and drag across, and I'm going to merge all that into one cell. So I'm going to click left click, hold, and drag across, and I'm going to click right here, merge and center. Okay? And that's what happens. Now, if you look here, I have one cell only, which is going across 4 cells. Right? But it's one individual cell. Right? So let me press Control Z to undo that. So to do that again, you just click the cell that has the information, and you click the target cells that you want to merge into. And then you click right here, merge and center. And there's no shortcut key for this one, okay? And this is what I get here. Let me press Control Z to undo that. Now I'm going to click this cell right here and go right here and click wrap text. Okay. And when I do that, this is what happens here. Excel takes all this information right here and puts it, condenses it into one cell where you can visibly see everything. Okay. And this is what I get here. So it wraps everything into a single cell. Let me just undo that. So all you have to do is, once again, if I click this cell here and press wrap text, nothing's going to happen. If I click this cell here, press wrap text, nothing's going to happen. That's because all the information is in this cell right here. So just when if you're not certain about what's in a cell, just click the cell and look up here in the formula bar, and that'll tell you what's in that cell. So if I click here, this is what's there. Here I get this. As you can see here, I get the full decimal value here, where I don't get it here. Okay, so just bear that in mind.
Sir,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For our assignment, what would you
Yeah.
prefer? Would you prefer us to wrap or like merge and center? Because I realize some of my cells do overlap as well, like at least for the beginning.
Okay, so according to the assignment, you have to follow the assignment very carefully, right? You have to, I do believe that says merge and center, right?
I'm talking about like from 1 to 5, like when you're writing Toronto Spectrum Wireless, like that's gonna overlap.
Yeah, so that you're going to have to click a group of cells in there and click merge and center just for that title. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So for that title, Toronto Spectrum Wireless, or like
Yeah, you won't be.
software,
Yeah, you don't use wrapping for that, right? So
it
it's
would
going to be merge
merge
and
and
center.
center.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
just want to confirm. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, yeah. Okay, anyone else have any questions? Let me just check the chat room. Okay, no questions. Okay. All right, so let's just see what else is here.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
About the table, do we also need to put a table on it?
Sorry. The what?
For the table of those in the Excel in our assignment, do we need also to put the table, the rows and columns to highlight the table like that?
I don't know if there's a question that says highlight the border, right? Is there a question about that? I don't think there is, right?
No,
No,
there's
there's
nothing,
not.
sir.
There's not.
So don't worry about that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
There's
you.
no table.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you just it'll probably just. I mean, if you want to put borders, that's fine, right, for your own benefit. But there's no mark for the border, right? Okay. All right. So here, okay. So I have these values here: Mike, Rick, Said, and I can highlight it, left click and drag, and I can change the alignment. So left, center, and right. Okay, now let me just click Mike. Now when I click Mike, and if I go here, that's the orientation. Where's the alignment? Let me just go here for a second. Where's my fonts? Okay, here it is. Okay, so if I click Mike, and if I go here, okay, I can change the font size like so. I'm going to bring it back to 11. I can also change it from here. Okay, so this increases the size, and this A with the down arrow, that decreases the size. So you can, there are different ways to do this. So as you can see, I can do it from here. I can alter the size. Just make sure that it's selected. Okay, so make sure that it is selected. And then anytime it's selected, you have the cell that's selected, then you can change the formatting and you can apply anything you want to it. So here I'm going to make it a little bigger, Tom, and click Mandy. I'm going to make hers a little bigger from here. I can also just go from here and just do it like that. Now I can also change the style. And here, once again, just click a cell or click a group of cells, left click and hold and drag. And I'm going to go up here. And I'm gonna, let's say, pick Algerian looks nice. I've got all these different ones here. I think all of you are using 365, so that's the most current version. So you'll have the full set, the full current set. If you have older versions like 2019, 2016, you won't have as many options here. Right. Let's just see what else we got. Okay, so we just mentioned about styles and the themes. Here. Okay, so let's just talk about the column width, the column size, and what else? Okay, so here to change the row height. Okay, so row height, there are different ways to do this. Like I said, there are many ways to do something in Microsoft. How do you change the row height? Well, let's just go back here. I'm going to click this cell right here. Okay, and now the whole row is selected. Now, what if I want to change the height? Well, the easiest way to change the height is simply to click it and put the mouse right here between, let's say, the 2 and the 3, or the 3 and the 4. I'm going to put it between the 3 and the 4 until I get the 2 arrows, and left click and drag. Now, as I'm dragging, it tells me how many pixels I'm increasing the size by. So that's what I get right there. Press Control and Z. So if you want to increase the size of a row, you can just click the row, and you can drag it like this. Put the mouse over this border right here or this border right here, and left click and drag. Press Control Z, don't do that. Another way of doing this is make sure it's clicked. Now this time you right click and you go row height down here, and you can set the row height here manually. Hit cancel. Another way of doing it is you click the row and you go into format, and you can change the row height from here as well. Okay, and it's just going to give you the same option. So like I said, there are many ways to do something in Excel. So don't get a little overwhelmed if you see the same key, the same command over again. Right. Now, if I want to do that for the column, same thing. So let's say this column right here, column D. If I want to make it bigger, put the mouse between the border D and E. Okay, so this is a little tricky here. Okay, so you have to put the mouse between the border, hover it right over the border until you get the two black arrows and that straight vertical line, and then you left click hold and you can drag over. And once again, you can also do like this. You can hover the mouse here, and now you can right click and you go into column width. Okay, and you can manually adjust the width like this as well. And once again, as long as the column is selected, you can go here to format, and you can change the width from like this as well. So I'm going to make this a little bigger here. Now, if I make it too big and I want to go back to the original, and I don't know the exact, like I'm not sure what the exact length was here. So let's just say it's like this. I can just click the cell, click the column, go into format, and go apply default. Okay, and that'll apply the default. And it should have gone down. Why didn't it go down? Try that again. Apply default. It should have just. Oh, that's new to me. It's supposed to go back to the original default value. Let me just click right here. I want to see what the default value was. 8.38. So why didn't it do it? Okay, let me just click here. Go into format. Default width. Not doing that. Oh, I have to find out why it's not doing this. Go here. I can manually do it, and it brings it back down. But it should have done that from here. I should have just gone here and applied the default width. I have to figure out why it's not doing that. Okay, let's just go here. Okay, so by default, it's 8.43 characters. Okay, 8.43 is the default size. That means you can fit 8.4 characters that'll appear clearly. And the row height is 15 pixels or 15 points. Actually, it's 15 points. There's a difference there. Okay, so right, so auto fit and okay, conditional formatting. Oh, this is very important. Conditional formatting. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just talk for about 10 more minutes on this. Let's just go right here. All right, so now I'm in the next spreadsheet right here. I'm going to click this one right here, put the mouse right here, right click it, and go. I want to change the color here. Change that to red. I'm going to put the mouse over here, right click, go into tab color. I'm going to change that to, let's say, blue. Okay, so now I'm going to press Control and A. Okay, I'm going to put the mouse right in the middle here. Okay, and this is just another little technique you can do. Click in the middle of a range of values. Okay, and as long as there's no breakage, as long as there's no empty rows or empty cells. So as you can see here, this one, this is a huge one. Okay, it has all the cells are filled with information. So if I click here, press Control and A, everything is going to be highlighted. Right? Now I'm going to go into Home, I want to put some borders. I'm going to go home and let's say click this border. Click here, and I want the border. Okay. So now I have these borders here. Let me just change that a bit more. I want to just add a bit more color here. I'm going to take the first row. These are the column. These are the headers. I'm going to left click and drag over, and I'm going to change that to, let's say, a red font. I want to put, let's say, a yellow background. It's still highlighted. I'm going to make that bold. I'm going to maybe increase the font size here. So let me go right here and increase the font size. I'm going to go here and now center everything. Right, so now this one is coming over slightly. So I'm going to click right here. Now this is where wrapping text you can use, okay? So I'm going to click this cell right here, and I'm going to go wrap text, okay? And that's what I get here. Let me just move that over a bit. So the because I wrap one text, all the others are affected as well. So now I can just, let's say, highlight everything here. And just to get more alignment, I'm going to click this one right here. I click this one right here. Okay, this is the middle line. This is the lower line, and this is the upper line. So I'm going to click right here, the middle line. And that's what I get right there. All right, so now there's still a problem with the alignment, I think. Okay, this is too much to the left, and these are to the left. So I'm going to just put the mouse over the C, left click, hold, and now I'm going to drag over. All right, so now I'm going to go here and click this one. Make sure it's clicked again. I may have to click this a couple of times to get that alignment. All right, that's what I get there. So that's, I guess that's okay. Now, when you're working with Excel and you don't know how many rows are being occupied, you can one way is you can just, well, the hardest way is just to put the mouse right here and just drag all the way down. Right, and now this tells me there are about 10,000 rows. So I'm gonna just go back all the way up. Another way is just to click inside and then press Control and A. Now, if you look here, so I've got, okay, so actually I had more than 10,000. I've got 65,000. Oh, I see, okay. So here, it's counting 65,000 numerical values. And I have all this information here. I have a minimum value, a maximum, a total. Now, this is just for the new columns that have numbers. It applies a count value, and it tries to find the minimum or the maximum. You're not going to use it like that, okay? So, for example, I'm going to click right here, go up here, okay? Press Control, Shift, and the down arrow. Now, this is telling me I've got 10,868 values in this one column. The smallest number is 21. The largest is 28,000 of these values. So here you can get a list of all the some statistics. Here I'm getting the average of all the values here in this column, the count, how many are there, numerical count, minimum, maximum, sum. Okay, the count and numerical count. Numerical count is the numbers only. The count counts numbers and letters. All right, so let me just go back up here. Okay, so the conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is right here. Okay, this button right here is called conditional formatting. It's a very, very powerful tool to use. So I'm going to just click right here, press Control, Shift, and the down arrow. Now I'm going to go up here to conditional formatting. And with conditional formatting, I can select, I can highlight values based on a condition. I'm going to click this one right here, highlight the cell rules, and go over and click greater than. Okay. Now I'm going to click, when I do that, this box appears. And it's looking for all the values that are greater than a certain value that I put in here. So I'm going to say, let's say value is greater than 5,000. Now it's going to color all the values that are greater than 5,000 with red. I can also change the color to yellow. Let me change the yellow and click OK. So this is what I get. It's highlighting, it's coloring all the values that are greater than 5,000. So all the values greater than 5,000 would start right here. And that's exactly what it does there. I'm going to just move up a bit. And I'm going to do that again. I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to just clear what I just did. Okay, so that's going to remove the formatting. Okay, so I've got nothing there now. Go back into conditional formatting. I'm going to go right here, and now I'm going to click the top 10 items, and that's going to give me the top 10 largest items. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to color it red and click OK. Now, if I look down here, the top 10 will be right down here. Let me just go up here. Okay, so now let's go back into conditional. Actually, let me just go right here because this is randomized. And let me go back up here. I'm going to go back into conditional formatting, go back to top bottom rules, and this time I want I can say top 10%. Let's say the bottom 10 items. Okay, and what it's going to do is it's going to select all the bottom 10 items that are below a certain threshold, and it's going to color it as red. So these are the bottom 10 items here. See right here. So it's going to count 10 items that are at the lowest threshold. So let me press Control Z to undo that. Let me go into conditional formatting. If I go into here, I can also get an average. Okay, I can say I want to color all the values that are above a certain average or below a certain average. I can click here above average. Okay, and click OK. Okay, it's going to look for all the values that are above the mean average. Okay, so the mean average is going to be all the values that are added together and divided by the total amount that are in there. So it's found an average, and it's finding all the values that are above the average. And that's what I get right there. Now, one last thing before we go on the break. Okay, I'm going to go back into conditional formatting and clear the rules. So clear rules for the entire sheet. That'll remove all the formatting that applied here. Another very important technique you should use is Control Shift and L. If I click in the middle here and press Control Shift and L, you see what happens here. Excel gives me these drop-down arrows, and these are filters, and they're very important filters. Let me just press Control Shift and L to remove them. There are other ways to apply those filters. If I go, where is it? Here. Okay, if I go sort and filter and click filter, I can apply those filters. All right, so what do these filters do? They can make your life very easy. They can reduce a lot of stress in your life if you're working with Excel. So for example, here, state, I'm going to click this right here, and I can sort that from A to Z or from Z to A. And if I want, I can select out certain states. So as you can see here, what Excel did is it found all the commonly used states here in this in the state column. So it's found all the commonly used values here. Now I'm going to click select all, and I'm going to let's say I just want Alabama and Colorado, and click OK. And that's what it gives me. It gives me just Colorado and Alabama. Just Control Z to undo that. If I want, I'm going to go back here, and I can sort from A to Z. Okay. And when I sort from A to Z here, all the other rows are going to be affected as well. So just bear that in mind, okay? Because it has to do that. Okay, so if you sort one column, it's going to impact the other columns as well. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So once again, if you get a table of values like this, the first thing you do is press Control Shift and L, and that'll give you these drop-down arrows right here. Okay, so to remove them, you press Control Shift and L again. Okay, to put them back, Control Shift and L. Okay, anyone have any questions? I know that's a lot of stuff I gave you that I presented to you. Let me just check the chat room here. Okay, so It's about 10:11 right now. So can we come back at let's say 10:30? Is that okay? Okay. No, Cesarin, the practice activity we're doing right now. No, you keep that. Okay. The assignment I gave you yesterday, you can give me today or tomorrow. Okay,
Sir,
so yeah.
I'm going to send the assignment through my personal email.
Okay, sure, no problem. You're gonna send it to my Anderson College?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, that's fine.
Sir.
Yeah.
How do I send the assignment now? Because from
Okay.
the Excel.
Yeah, okay. So just share out your screen with me.
Okay. Where is it now? Screen.
Okay, great. Okay, now yeah, just you can go into your mail. Okay.
My assignment?
Okay, if you feel okay, so go in the file and you save this, right? And you make sure you save it with the proper
Save
proper
as?
name, right? Yeah. Now on the
Save?
assignment, yeah, but you have to make sure you save it with the instruction I gave you. Okay.
I don't. That's the intro. I don't remember that. I thought I wrote it down.
Okay, it's let me just hold on.
I thought I wrote it down somewhere, but I just couldn't locate it. See again. See.
Okay, remember, can you see my screen here?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember you've got to save with your last name, then your first name, and then you have to put software sales.
Okay, so hold on. So last name first.
Yeah, last name, then your first name.
And then software.
Software underscore sales. So make sure you put the underscore here, okay?
Oh,
So
no,
last name.
no space, right?
No, you'll put underscore, okay?
Okay, no space. Okay, so
yeah.
Asenet, Martin Asenet underscore.
Yeah, so it's Martin underscore Asenet underscore software sales underscore. Okay, software underscore sales.
Okay, let me go back. So Martin underscore Asenet underscore and software you said.
Software underscore sales, okay?
Yeah. Underscore sales.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Martin underscore.
Yeah, just share out your screen with me. Let me see what you're doing. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
It's fine.
Okay, now, yeah, now save it to a location where you know you can find it.
It's in Excel.
No, okay, so go into more options where it says more options. Go over.
This one here?
No, go over to the left some more. You see where? No, I see. Go up. Where it says Excel workbook. Okay.
Here.
Yeah. Now you see more options. It's right below.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay. Now just save it to your desktop. So you see the desktop on the left. Look for the left. Yeah, that. Okay, click that.
It's click.
Okay, now click save. Okay, now go back into your mail.
In my mail.
Yeah.
In the team.
Just send it to me. Do you have Outlook, right? You've got Outlook, right?
I have Outlook. Like I have my mail.
Okay, just the email that I sent that to you. Can you open that?
Here, it's right here.
Yeah, just let me see your screen. I mean, sorry. Yeah, I see it right. But show me the mail carrier that you're using, the mail application.
This one? This is the instruction.
Yeah, that's the instruction, but go into your mail. Okay, you're going to mail this. You're going to mail your assignment to me, okay?
Here. Where is it? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where to find it.
Okay, you
This
can
is
use
the
your
assignment here.
yeah, no, I know, but the saved one is what I want. Okay, so go into your personal email. Okay.
Okay, my personal email is right
Yeah.
here. Yeah, hold on. No, actually, I don't think I opened it here, did I? No. So I'm just gonna have to open my personal email quickly.
Okay.
How do I get back to there now? That's search. No, that's not where I want to go.
Okay. What's your personal email? Is it what's the name of it? Is it Outlook?
Yeah, it's Outlook.
Okay, click that one right there where it says Mail Outlook. Yeah, click that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not coming up. I think it's the, let me just open my email quickly, my personal email.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I know what happened.
Hmm.
I had the Anderson Hub, that's why. Okay. So my personal is up.
Okay. Now go into your inbox. Just click your
Inbox, yeah.
Yeah, just click that.
Yeah.
Okay. Just look for my name there. Can you see any mail that I sent you? Just go down some more. Oh, there it is. Okay,
Yeah.
click that one right here. Okay. Okay. Now go reply. Click reply. Okay. Now you're going to attach that document to this.
Yeah.
So look for the attach. Yeah, that one. Okay.
And browse computer.
Browse the computer. Yeah.
And then it's on the desktop.
Yeah. Very good. Desktop. Good. And
this
there it
one.
is right there. Yeah.
And then open.
Yeah.
And then
send. Yeah.
I don't have to put any message to it, right? Just send?
No, that's fine. Just send it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, so it should come. I should be getting it any moment. Okay, so if I got, yeah.
So quick question for the
Yeah.
assignment, like on this printer, like sorry, on this computer, it doesn't hook up to the printer. So for me to do, I would have to do it on my email, which I have to go somewhere else to get it printed because this printer is not working.
You don't have to get it printed. Okay, there's no need to print it. I just want the completed Excel. What you're sending me. That's all I need.
No, like the textbook. I just because I can't be on the computer for too long reading. So
Oh, I see. Okay.
yeah, if I
Yeah.
print it, I can sit and read, you know, in the meantime. So when I go on the assignment part, how do I transfer it to my email?
Okay, let me. Okay, I just got your assignment right now. I'm gonna put it back in here.
Okay.
Okay, so Aston, let me just speak to you after class on that one. Okay, I just gotta
Okay, no problem. And also I won't be here tomorrow, so and I don't really want to miss anything, but the school already know that I won't be in class tomorrow.
Okay, so you're not coming in tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, is there any way you can email me on my personal email, whatever is taking place in class for tomorrow, please?
Yeah, I'll send up the if you go into the folders where you have Excel, Outlook, Word, I'm going to create a PowerPoint, right? So
Okay.
it's going to be in the folders. I have to go to check it.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so half the class, you just let me know how to after.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, so how many minutes leave? When do we have to come back?
10:30, okay?
10:30. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Yusra, let me just see. Yeah, Yusra, I'm pretty sure I got yours here. Yeah, Yusra, I have yours. Okay. Okay, so be right back. Savings on the train. Okay, let's just.
Hello, sir. I found the assignment.
Oh, you found it? Okay, great.
I found it. So it's in MS. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Hello, sir. It's Verna.
Hi.
I just
Verna, yeah.
want to ask if you received my assignment. I had a mistake. I accidentally sent you already, but I'm not done yet.
Okay, yeah, Verna, you sent it to me at 9:10, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the attachment, and then I accidentally press
Okay,
and
so
send it to you.
you want me to delete this one?
Yes, please disregard the first one. Yeah.
Okay, so Verna, okay, no problem. I deleted it. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Appreciate that.
No problem. Okay, let's start. Yeah, Scissorin. How do I say that name? Scissor,
It's actually Sharina Main.
say that again.
Sharina Main.
Sarinamine. Okay,
Yeah.
correct. Sarinamine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a nice name. Okay, Sarinamine. Yeah, I do have. I do believe it's here. Let me check. Yeah, you sent it just now, right? 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, I have used Sarinamine. Sarinamine. Okay, I looked at some of yours. I looked at some of your assignments, and some of them are pretty good actually. Yeah. So I mean, all of them are good so far. Some of you colorized your table. That's very nice too. You didn't have to, but you did. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's just continue on here. Let me check no more questions in the chat room. Okay, so let's just get out of here. See what else we can do here. Okay, so the conditional formatting. Okay, so let's just talk about this a bit more. And it's getting hot in this room. I need to turn on the AC. It's unusually hot, warm this time of year. I think it's probably gonna be the last time we'll see the summer-like weather here. Okay, so we've talked about the conditional formatting. Now, a conditional formatting, okay, you first have to highlight usually you just have to highlight a column first, okay? And you have to then apply the formatting and select which values you want. Now I'm gonna click right here, and let's see, how does it go? Make sure I do this correct. Okay, I'm gonna just click right here, press Control Shift and the down arrow. Okay, so I press Control Shift and the down arrow, and let me just go back up. Oops, I'm gonna lose that. Okay, sorry. So Control Shift down arrow, and let me just go back up here. And I'm going to go into conditional formatting. Now, if you look here, I have a thing called data bars, and this is also a very handy thing to use for numbers. Okay, so if I click here, data bars, I can apply a sort of a data bar to these values. Okay, for example, if I click here, you can't see that. And no, let me just go right here, and let's click this one right here. You see that? No. Full solid. No. Okay. Okay, let me just go here, apply data bar here. And if I just go down, see, why is this thing not working? Here. Okay, there you go. Sorry. Okay, it was working. Let me just go up here, change that. Let me right here and change it. Okay, so the data bars, okay, if you look here, you can see some bars here, and they just give you an idea as to how large the value is. Okay, these bars are called data bars. They're really little charts. Okay, and if you click, let's say, let me undo all this again. Okay. Here, I want to clear everything. If I, let's say, I'm going to go right here, press Control Shift and the down arrow, and then I'm going to go back up. And if I go here to conditional formatting and I click data bars, I can apply a set of data bars to this. So if I look here, I have all these little bars that you can't see all of them, okay? But there's little bars that are there. And this just tells me how large the number is compared to each other in that column. So here, these are the largest values. So this is what I get here. I get these bars right here. These are the next largest size and so on. Let me just, I'm going to go back into, I'm going to do that from here instead. Okay, I'm going to click right here. And I'm going to go into conditional formatting and data bars. And I can see that's a better representation, okay? I should have used this one instead. And I can cycle through all these different colors. And this just tells me the largest and the smallest, okay? So if I leave it at, let's say, this one here, I can see 9,091, that's the largest. The smallest is going to be this one right here. Okay? So the data bars, they're very handy if you want like a graphical representation of a column of numerical values compared to each other. So let me try this one right here. I'm going to click right here, left click, hold, and drag. Go back into conditional formatting, go into data bars, and let's just try this one right here. Okay, so this is what I get right here. So this applies only to numerical values. Okay, so there has to be only numbers here. So I'm going to click right here, left click, hold, and drag. Go back into conditional formatting, and go back into data bars. And let's just say this one right here, this one. So that's one good thing about data bars. Now there's a lot more to data bars, but I just wanted to give you just a basic introduction. Data bars, and well, actually this whole thing, conditional formatting, can get very intricate, and it can go into programming, which gives you much more control. Now, if I want, I'm going to just, if I want to get rid of all this stuff right here, the green and the blue and the purple, I can just go right here, conditional formatting, and go right here, clear rules, and here, clear rules for entire sheet, and they're gone. Okay, so now let's see what else we have here. Okay, so conditional formatting. Okay, so conditional formatting returns a result when a specific condition is met. Okay, so if you get that on an exam, just bear that in mind. So conditional formatting returns a result only when a condition is met. So if I, once again, if I highlight all this right here, go into conditional formatting and go highlight cell rules and apply a condition. Okay, I want, let's say greater than 5,000. and I want it colored red, and click OK. And this is what happens. So the conditional formatting will apply a color or a graphical symbol to a range of values based on a condition that you set. So here I said I want all the values that are greater than 5,000 to be highlighted in red or pink. So that's what the conditional formatting does. Like I said, this is an extremely useful tool to use, especially when you're dealing with large data sets. And in Excel, you might end up dealing with thousands and thousands of rows of data. And so you'll have to know how to extract information from that data. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so so this here, borders. Okay, let me just everyone, borders is something that people are curious about, especially people who are very graphic oriented. So the borders. So this is just the basic border right here. It has black lines. If I want to, I'm going to get rid of these borders. I'm going to highlight everything. Highlight everything. Go right here to Ins Home. Click right here. And I'm going to say, where's no borders? Here, no borders. Okay, no borders. And I want to get rid of this coloring. So I'm going to just go into conditional formatting, clear rules, and clear for the entire sheet. All right, let me just get rid of this. Okay, I'm going to delete this here. Okay, so I'm going to press H and I want to delete those two columns, the information right there. I can many ways to do this. The easiest way actually is just to highlight everything and just press delete. Okay. I want to delete this right here, so I can just highlight everything and press delete. And I'll do that. Okay, so now I have this range of values here. I want to put a border around it. Right, so I'm going to just left click from the beginning and left click, hold, and drag. Okay. I can also do this. I can click in the middle and press Control and A, which is the easier option. Okay. So Control and A is a quick way of selecting a range of values. Now, once again, if there is an empty row, for example, I'm going to click right here, put insert, right click, insert. Okay. Now, if I do this, Control and A, as you can see, it's going to not include this part here because there's an empty row right here. Okay. So I'm going to remove that row. I'm going to click it right here at the number, then right click and go delete. Okay, so now I'm going to say Control and A, and let's add some borders to this. Different ways to add borders. Okay, the easiest way is to just highlight everything and go into Home, and you click right here, which says No Border. Click that drop-down arrow, and you can create all these different types of borders right here. So the most common is just this one right here, okay, all borders, and that's what I get right there. Let me just press Control Z to undo that. All right, I'm going to go right here this time. Okay, font settings, click this arrow, and I'm going to go here to borders. And here I have more options in terms of borders. I can just put an outline for the border, and I can click right here, click outline, and then I'm going to click, let's say this one here, thick line, click that again. So you know what? Let me just click the double line. Okay, click the double line and click outline, apply to the outline and click OK. Okay, and as you can see, I just have an outline border. Okay, let me undo that. Go back here, click this one right here. Go back in the border, and I'm going to apply a border to the outline. And let's make it the same one. Yeah, and click again. And I'm going to click inside. Okay, now when I do that, I have double borders inside as well because I click double borders here. I click OK. So now I have double borders here. Once again, to get rid of borders, you just highlight the table you want. So here, press Control A, and then go up here and click No Borders. You can also color the borders as well. So I'm going to press Control and A, go here, and go into borders. And if I click right here, I get different colors. So I'm going to click the red one. I want, let's say, thick lines. and I want it on the outside and the inside, and click OK. Right, and that's what I get right there. So I'm going to press Control Z to undo that. Right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, so the Format Painter, Format Painter. Okay, so let me show you there. Okay, so the Format Painter, that's also another handy tool to use. So I'm going to click right here, left click and drag and highlight all this information right here. I'm going to change the font to bold, make it italic. I'm going to change it to, let's say green. And now I want to apply that same formatting, the same coloring to this one right here. I'm going to click this box right here, and I'm going to click Format Painter. Click it once, and now my mouse changes into a paintbrush, and I'm going to click right there. Right, so now I can do that. But I want to do all these as well too. So now I'm going to click right here because I want this formatting. Move right here and double click this. Instead of single clicking, I'm going to double click it very quickly. Okay. Now I can click here, here, here. Okay. I can just put the mouse right here, left click and drag, and it'll copy the formatting. And the format is still active. Okay. So I can go right here and just double click. I mean, just left click and drag. Okay. So I copied the formatting. So the only trick you have to know with formatting is that Format Painter, if you click it once, you can only do it once. If you double click it, then you can do it infinite amount of times. Okay? So I'm going to press Control Z again. Okay, so once again, if I want to copy the coloring and the style for this one and apply it to this one, I can click this one right here. And if I press it, click it once, left click once, I can only apply it once only. If I click here and double click it, okay, then I can apply it as many times as I want. Okay, so just bear that in mind when you're using the Format Painter. Okay, and we spoke about the merge. Okay, so the merge options. So merge once again. Let me just undo this. Okay. So merge combines everything into one cell. Okay? It merges everything. So here I have, if I click this cell here, I have all this information right here. Now, if I just click right here and left click and drag all this cells right here, that means all these cells we put into one cell. If I merge and center. Okay. Let me undo that. I'm going to click right here and grab all this right here and click merge and center. So as you can see what happens, now all those cells are combined into one. Let me undo that and do that again. Click right here, left click and drag over, and then click merge and center. Okay, and that's what I get right there. Okay, okay, so okay, now just a quick little practice quiz I'm going to give you. Okay? You won't be marked for this. It'll take you about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes at the most. Okay, so just try this. Okay, just a recap what you've learned from yesterday and some from today. Okay, I'm going to send you the link in the chat room in a second. Okay, I'm going to just send you the link right now. Okay. Okay. Now just click that link. Okay. And try that activity. It'll take you about 5-10 minutes. Okay. It should take about 10 minutes. And then send it. And you'll get the results right away. Okay. You won't be marked on this. It's just for your own, just to keep you refreshed in terms of what you did yesterday. Okay. So just try that right now. Just check on my mother. Okay, so renaming done. Okay. Let's check here. Okay, so let me just wait a few minutes here. I got 4 of them so far. Okay, Huda done. This is a Marine done. Sorry, Saranina. Sarina mean. Sorry, Sarina mean that. Okay, so I got 12 so far.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed the quiz last Thursday, I think. So can I still have chance to do that, please?
The quiz last
So-
Thursday?
Quiz. Last
Which-
Thursday.
Last Thursday was an exam.
Oh,
You did the exam, did you? I'm pretty sure you did.
last Friday we have exam.
No, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Last Friday was my mistake. I'm thinking of Middle Eastern
Sorry.
times.
Yeah.
Okay. Last Thursday I gave you a quiz. I'll check and see what that quiz was.
Okay.
Now just bear in mind for the exam on Friday,
Yeah.
you only have to know this week's stuff. So PowerPoint and Excel, and that's it.
Okay. But I missed the. I
Yeah, if you
didn't
want-
do the quiz last
Okay, so-
Thursday.
Okay, so Ian Hong, let me look for the quiz for Thursday, and I'll send it to you.
Okay, so you are sending me by email or?
Yeah, I'll send it to you an email link. Yeah, that was a practice quiz we did, and I'll send it to you.
Okay, if you can.
Yeah, sure. Okay,
Thank you so much, sir.
no problem. Okay. Okay, let me just see. Sending me assignments. Okay, so far I've got 9 returned assignments. That's fine. Like I said, you can return it anytime between now and tomorrow. You can drop it off late tonight if you want. That's not a problem. Okay, I just want to, there's one thing I want to go over again, because it might give some of you a bit of problems on the exam. The absolute and relative referencing, okay? Now, like I said, that's probably one of the hardest aspects of Excel for a student to grasp, okay? So I just want to go over that one more time with you. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this right here. And let's highlight everything here. And I'm going to, okay, another thing, if you see my screen here, I've got all this green formatting here, okay, and I want to get rid of all of it. I'm gonna just left click and highlight everything here and go into home and go into clear. If I click this drop down arrow, I have these options here. I want to clear formats. Okay, so clear formats, that's going to remove all the formats, including the numerical formats.
Sir,
So,
you're not
Not seeing
sharing.
it, sir.
Oh, I'm not sharing. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so here, I want to clear the green formats. In fact, I'm going to clear all the formatting. And there's a way you can do that. If I left click, hold, and drag.
Still not
Holding-
shared, sir.
I still not share. Okay, let me.
Still not sharing.
Oh, sorry. What are you doing here? Okay, there you go.
Okay, that's fine, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so if you want to get rid of like formatting, the coloring, just bear in mind that you can just left click, hold, and drag. Okay, highlight everything, and I can go into home and go here to clear. Now I'm not going to push this right here. I'm going to click the arrow, the drop down arrow, or the chevron. Okay, click it, and I can clear the formatting. Now just bear in mind, if you clear the formatting, it's going to clear the dollar signs as well. Okay, let me see. Yeah, we'll clear the formatting. If I press this one, okay, that clears everything. All right, so go back here, clear format. As you can see, it returns back to the original. Okay, so now I'm going to. Okay, let me apply a comma separator to this one again. Left click, highlight, and click the comma separator. Let me click this one, left click, and go into accounting, apply accounting. And I'm going to left click here and apply the currency. Okay, so now I'm going to just create a total column here. Okay, so now I'm going to type in equals, and I want to, let's say, click this cell right here. I'm going to press my plus sign and click this cell right here. Okay, and press enter, and that's what I get. Now, I can, if you look here, I'm going to press F2. If you look at these cell addresses, okay, this is called an address. E6 is called an address, a cell address. It's blue because this one is blue. This cell address here is F6. It's pink and it's represented here. So as you can see, it just says E6 and F6. That's called relative referencing. Okay, relative referencing means there's not going to be any number sign before the letter or the number, right? So there's no number sign before the E or the 6 or the F or the 6. So we call this relative referencing. And if I press enter, I get that. Now, if I put the mouse here on the green square, left click and drag, it's going to apply the formula here. It's going to take the formula here and it's going to apply it relative to these values now. So that's why it's called relative referencing. So if I click right here, go into formulas and go into trace precedence, click this one, trace precedence. Let me make this bigger. Okay. Okay, so trace precedence tells me that this value here, 9,376 and 88. Okay, the two cells that impact this are right here, E6 and F6. So where the circle is, that means the cell is involved in the calculation of this formula. If I click right here and go trace dependence, okay, that's what I get here. And I'm going to drag this down, down, and down. Right, so now I'm going to click here. Okay, trace precedence. Okay, click here, and so on. Okay, so Excel is telling me that because because the initial formula in this cell right here, okay, because it did not have a dollar sign, it took the formula and it copied it to the next cell down, right? So I didn't lock the cells because there's no dollar sign, because it's not locked. So because it's not locked, Excel takes the formula and it applies it to the next value. Then it takes the formula from here and it applies it to this value relative to these values here. So it says it takes the formula, applies it here, and it takes these values here and puts the formula in that. And it uses this for the formulas. All right, so that's the idea of relative referencing. Okay, so relative referencing is very common. Okay, people use it when they want to copy and drag formulas. The problem starts when you have a stationary value somewhere, and that's part of the formula, right? So, for example, I'll show you a little trick here. I'm going to click in, let's say right here, okay? H5. And instead of putting a number there, I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go into data. You don't have to know this. It's not on the exam. I'm going to go into data, and I'm going to click right here where it says data tools. I'm going to click this right here, this drop down arrow. I'm going to click data validation, and I'm going to go into settings and click right here and click a list. I want a list. Now I'm going to put some values for the list in the source. Okay, I'm going to say, let's say 3, 6, 9. Now I'm going to press OK. Now when I do that, it gives me this drop down arrow right here. If I click it, I have those same values, 3, 6, and 9. Right? So I'm going to leave it like that. And now I'm going to go back into here. And let me just colorize it so I don't forget it. Home. Yellow. All right, I'm going to go back into formulas, remove the arrows. So go into formulas and click remove arrows. I'm going to click do this again. I'm going to just delete all this. Okay, I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to type in equals, and I'm going to say, let's say this value here. Let's say plus this value here. And now I'm going to say, I'll say multiply by this value here. You can't, it's yellow, right? But if I click enter, okay, and click here, it's multiplying that by 3. Okay, there's a 3 that's selected by default. If I click 6, you see it changes. Okay, if I click here and click 9, then it's going to multiply everything by 9. If I go back and click 3, that's what I get. So if I click here, the cell, and press F2, it's saying it's going to multiply, it's going to add E6 plus F6, and it's going to times whatever I select here in H5. So let me just press enter. All right, so that's correct, right? Now, once again, if I try and apply this down, okay, this is not the correct value, right? So if I just click here and go into F2, okay, all it's doing is just adding F7 and E7. Okay, H6 is nothing there. There's a 0 there. Okay, so there's nothing being multiplied here. It's just taking 4,500 and 7,940. Right? Oops, and how did I get that? Yeah. Let me just see if I added that properly. F6. Okay, you know what? I should just do like this first. Hold on. Okay, but I'm getting an incorrect result. Okay, so let me just remove that, and let's say remove this. Okay. So this is not the correct result, right? Now, if I click here and go into trace precedence, okay, this is the problem. It's going down. Okay, Excel, when you work with formulas, Excel likes to go down. Okay, and apply the formula downwards. Okay, so it's always going to grab the next cell down, but the next cell down here is empty. So I'm getting this incorrect result here. So in order to fix that, and if I do this one right here, okay, I'm getting the wrong result here as well. If I click here and go trace precedent, it's going down to this cell right here. So if I look in F2, okay, it's actually, let me get out of here. I'm going to go into this one here, press F2. So it's going, instead of going to, this should be H5. Okay, this should be locked to H5, but it's not. And that's the problem. This one here is saying H7, but there's nothing in H7, so it has to be locked to this one right here. So what I'm saying is, just bear this in mind. You'll see this a lot in Excel when you're doing a calculation and you're just copying formulas, everything's fine. But then if there's another value somewhere that you have to include in the formula, if you don't lock the cell, okay, if you don't put the dollar signs, you're going to get incorrect results. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Okay, and once again, to lock the cell, you go into the first formula, the first cell formula, press F2, and you click in between the H and the 5, and just press F4 on your keyboard. Okay, and that will lock it. And now I should get the correct values. So just bear that in mind. Okay, so when you lock a cell, and it's very important that you grasp this concept. It's probably one of the most important in Excel, and a lot of people have problems with it. When you want to make sure that Excel naturally goes downward when it applies a formula. Okay, it applies. It just keeps going downwards. Okay, so here it'll apply the formula to this one, and it always looks downwards for the next cell to find the value. Okay, that's part of the formula. In order to prevent that natural inherent tendency, you have to lock cells at times. Okay, so just bear that in mind. And the way to lock a cell is you click the cell, you press F2 to open it, and you click the cell that you want locked. Okay, and you just highlight it and press F4 on the keyboard. or you just manually go in, okay, and you can just type. I'm going to click right here and just type in a $sign there. Click right here and put a $sign right there. Okay. Now everything is going to be locked. So if I click this cell right here and go and trace precedence, so I'm getting the right result. It's locked this value here. If I click this one right here and let's say change this to 6, okay, you see everything is going to change right now. Okay, so yeah, so that's absolute relative. Now there's a thing called mixed referencing too, which we won't talk about. But if I click here, press F2, I can lock, let's say, just a row or just a column. So here I'm just going to lock the column. Okay, that's a bit more advanced stuff, right? But generally, you're going to just click inside here and press F4 and lock everything. Okay. Okay, so let's just go on to. Let me just check the chat room here. Okay. Okay. So Yasra. So I'll just repeat this again. Let me just remove the arrows here. I'm going to just delete this again. Okay. Okay. So the natural inherent tendency of Excel, and this is how it's designed, is to add the formula sequentially downwards. Okay. So if I type in equals and I say this value plus this value and press enter, right? That's correct. Okay. Now the natural tendency is for people to go downwards with formulas. Okay, they'll have a huge column of values and they'll create a formula for one, and they just simply go down, left click and drag, right? And they get the values. Okay, so this is relative referencing. Okay? If I open the cell, okay, I just have E6 plus F6. Okay, if I go here and press F2, I have E7 plus F7. If I go here, press F2, I have E8 plus F8. So Excel is applying the actual formula to these values. It's going into this cell here. It's grabbing this formula and it's applying it to these values here. Then I go here. Excel will go into this cell, grab the formula, and apply these values to it. Okay, so that's relative referencing. The problem is when you have a value or values located somewhere else, and you have to lock those values. Here, if I just do this, okay, you know what, I'm going to put this one right down here. I'm going to move this right here. No, actually, let me leave it up there. All right, so I'm going to go here and delete this. So once again, if I type in equals and click this value, okay, and I'm going to say plus this value, right? And now I'm going to say I'm going to multiply it. So multiplication is the star multiplied by this value here. Now press enter. Okay, so that's correct, right? Everything is right there. But if I apply it down like this, I get a wrong answer here. This is not the right answer. And I can check that by clicking it and going to trace precedence. Okay, so here, Excel is looking for the value here for this H6, okay? So it's taking this value here, okay, the formula. So the formula here is E6 plus F6 plus H5, okay? H5 is right here. Okay? Now, when I went and dragged it down here, see what Excel did? It's saying E7 plus F7 plus H6, okay? So all these numbers are incremented by 1, including this number here, H6, right? But there's nothing in H6, right? Let me just go here. If I go down, put the mouse right here and left click and drag, okay, I'm getting a wrong result here. If I click this cell and press F2, see, it's saying to me that E8 and F8, okay, so E8 and F8 are right here. plus H7. So H7, there's nothing in H7. So everything is shifting downwards, including whatever's here. It was shifted downward, but there's nothing in these values right here. So in order to prevent that, you have to make sure this cell here is locked. Okay. And to lock this cell, you just, let me delete this. You click in here, press F2 to open the cell. And you just click inside here between the H and the 5, and you press F4. And that locks it. Okay, so now if I go down, okay, I get the correct answer. Now look here, if I press F2, this value here, H5, is connected to this, whatever's here. It's not going down like all the other ones are going down. It's staying in this one here because I locked the cell. Okay, I prevented this value here from going down because there's nothing in this cell right here, okay? There's nothing here. So I'm going to get an error or an incorrect output. So just remember, relative referencing is when it copies all the formulas from the first cell down to the next one. Absolute referencing is when it copies a value from that's part of the formula, but the value is stationary. It is not moving. It's not going to go down sequentially, right? So like I said, Excel, the natural tendency of Excel is to go down sequentially when you copy a cell, right? You copy cells downward, you copy formulas downwards, right? And Excel will copy everything downward. It changes the cell addresses in the formula, and it shifts one down. That includes anything that's on this side as well. So just be careful of that. So in order to prevent that, you've got to lock the cell. Okay? You just have to put the dollar signs there. Okay. All right. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So let's just go on to the last chapter of Excel. Okay, charts. Okay, this is about the graphics and how to take a table and put it into a chart format. And it's very easy with Excel. So I'm going to just minimize this. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to create. Oh, I have a chart right here. Okay. So I'm going to press Control and the up arrow. Okay. So I'm going to change this into a chart, and I got this off the internet from the States. Some statistic on deaths attributed to like kidney disease and suicide and Alzheimer's, I do believe. Okay. All right, so now I'm just going to do some formatting on this. Now, if you look here, I cannot see the entire column here, right? Now I can, a quick way of doing that, giving me the right space is to put the mouse between the two columns and just left clicking and dragging. Another easy way of doing this is just click right here, the triangle, the right angle. And now I'm going to just click anywhere here between these two borders, and it's going to automatically expand everything. Right? So that's the good thing. So once again, if let's say I can't see this one, and I can't see this one. All right, so, and I'm going to make this smaller too. All right, if you get a table like this, and that's not complete, that's not fully extended, the easiest way to do this is to put the mouse right here over the right angle, right here, and left click. That highlights everything. And then just go to any one of these columns, and the line between any one of these columns, put the line there, put the mouse there, and double click. And that's going to expand everything. All right, so that's expanded. I'm going to just add some formatting to this. I'm going to click in the middle, press Control and A. Go into Home and click here, and let's look at the border. Click this one, all borders. Let me just press Control and A, and I'm going to center this one. Click here, center. And let's add some coloring to it. I'm going to left click and just drag over. Yeah, make it green. No, make it another color. Okay. Pink. The background, let's just keep it like that. Okay, so now I want to convert this into a chart. Okay, so if you go back here, a chart. Okay, so here we'll learn how to create a line chart, a column chart, modify chart, add and edit chart labels, create a pie chart, and modify the pie chart. So well, how do you create a chart? Well, creating a chart is very easy. You can just let me minimize this. To create a chart, you've got to make sure you have a range of values like this that's all connected, okay? And there's no empty columns or empty rows. Right? So this is everything is contiguous. All the cells are filled and they're all joined together. Okay? Once again, if I were to go right here, go insert, I wouldn't be able to create a chart. I'd only like create a chart, let's see, for this area here, and I'd be able to get one for this area here. But because there's a separation, an empty space here, I can't get the whole table in there. So I'm going to just put the mouse right here, right click, and delete. All right, so just click anywhere in the middle. Okay, make sure everything is connected. No empty rows, empty columns. And you go here, insert. And now if I go here to charts, okay, I have all these options here. Now, if I look here, I have recommended charts. And if I hover the mouse over, the screen tip tells me some information. Okay? So recommended charts, if I click it, I get two tabs here, this recommended chart and all chart. Recommended chart here, I can just, it's Excel, what Excel is doing here is it's going inside the chart, inside the table, and it's extracting everything and putting it into a chart format. Okay? And it's giving me suggestions in terms of how to do this, how to present it. Okay? I have this one here, all charts, and I can look through various charts like here as well. We'll talk about this. As you can see, there's some duplication here. Okay, so if I go here, I have pie charts, I have line charts, and I have bar charts or column charts, and I have hierarchy charts. Here I've got the statistical charts, and I've got various other charts here as well. So let me just click in here, and I'm going to go right here and insert column chart. This is the most commonly used chart. I have 2D charts. Okay, I can scroll through here. I've got 3D, 2D bars, 3D bars. Let me just click a very simple one and click this one here, the clustered column. All right, this is what I get here. Now, I'm going to put the mouse right here, left click and drag. Okay, so once again, if I put the mouse anywhere here, okay, if I put the mouse on right here, I get the 4 arrows. That means I can left click and drag. Let me just make this smaller a bit. Okay, I'm going to put it right here. Put it right here. Now, as you can see here, let me just make it bigger. Sometimes you'll get this, okay? At the bottom here, you may be wondering, well, what's this sort of gibberish? Okay. You see here, I have the green columns. I have the areas here, states, and I've got the year in front of the year. On top of the year, I have something I can't really make out. So sometimes you'll get that. Okay, so in order to rectify that, you just put the mouse over the, let's say, the circle here. These are called resize handles. Okay, these circles are called resize handles. If you put the mouse over one of them, your mouse will change into 2 arrows, and you can left click and drag. Okay. Now, if the problem is this is just condensed, and I need to space it out, so I can do that by doing this. Put the mouse right here and left click, and let me just drag it a bit more. All right, so that's what I get here. Make it a bit smaller. Okay, so I've got this nice little chart that Excel automatically did for me. I mean, in the past, you'd have to get a statistician to do this, like before Excel, right? before that software, I think a statistician would have to go and he'd have to calculate, he or she would have to calculate all these values and put them into a chart form based on a formula. And that could take a long, long time. So Excel did that in a few seconds. All right, so I have here I have the chart title and I have these bars here. And I have on the vertical axis here, I have 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. And on the horizontal axis here, I've got the years here. I've got the names of diseases. I've got the states. So if you were to, someone said, how do you read this chart? Well, it's, first of all, there's no title here. Usually you look at the title first, but you get an idea. But here I can see, oh, well, it says the states and the kidney disease in Alaska 2002 was at this value right here. Now here I have deaths and I have adjusted death rate. So I'm having two values here. Okay, so that's why I've got these two bars here. Right, so the two bars represent each of the columns here, their values. So the state and the cause of the disease, the type of disease is right here. Let me just I'm gonna click it and I'm gonna press delete and just remove that. So let me try that. Okay, and delete that. All right, I'm going to try that again with another type of chart. I'm going to click in here, go into insert. Let's go back into here. And if I want a 3D effect, I can just click right here or click right here. Okay, and this is what I get here. Okay, so let me just click here and do that. I'm going to click in here again, anywhere in the middle, go insert. Let's go into the recommended charts and go into all charts. Now this makes things a little easier for you. Okay? If you click, let's say, a chart, and you can scroll through each of the values here, each of the options here, and Excel will tell you what it looks like. So I'm just hovering the mouse over the option here, and it's telling me what it's going to look like. If I go into, let's say, here, I can just hover the mouse, and it's just presenting me what it's going to look like. Should I select it? Okay? If I go here line, I can get the line charts. And as you can see, I can just click one of these charts and it gives me a presentation of what it looks like. And these are called line charts. These ones here have markers. So I get different types of line charts. I have different markers on them as well. Here's the pie chart. That's what a pie chart will look like. I got a bar chart here. I can get an area chart. So I've got an area chart. I've got XY scatter charts. So this is if you're into statistics, whatnot, right? And I have different other charts here as well. Box and whisker, waterfall, funnel. A funnel chart looks like that. Okay, so that's called a funnel chart. But once again, all you have to do to get this, okay, is just click anywhere in the middle of a chart of your table. Just click anywhere in the middle and go into insert. And you can click these options right here, or click recommended charts and go to all charts, and you can cycle through the different charts right here. Okay, so back here. Okay, so by default, when you create a chart, it's put in the same sheet as your table. Okay, you could remove the chart and put it in another table, okay, as well, into another worksheet as well. Okay, so in order to do that, go to chart tool, design, active. Okay, so let's just try that. So I'm going to click right here. I'm going to insert a very simple chart. Let's say this one right here. Right. Now, when I click the chart, I have these options here. I have chart design and I have format design, and they appear whenever I click the chart. If I click outside the chart, they're gone. If I click inside the chart, I can bring them back. So chart design and format. Okay. So if I click chart design, I have this option here, move chart. If I click move chart, it's telling me where do I want to move the chart to. Okay. So choose where I want to move it to. So if I click here, I have these options here in terms of where I can move it to, or I can create a new sheet. I'm going to click here, a new sheet, and I'm going to call this column and press OK. All right, so as you can see, it moved it to a new sheet called column right here. And let me just get out of that one. And just go into view. All right, so let me just go back. And I'm going to delete this right here. I'm going to put the mouse right. Okay, so I want to delete this sheet now. So as you can see, it's created a column sheet, worksheet. So I'm going to put the mouse right here, right click, and just go delete. And delete, yes. Let's go back in here and look at some of these other options here. All right, so that's how you move a chart. You just click the chart. First create the chart. Go insert. Let's create a chart right here. Okay, and then to click a chart, you have to move the chart. You just click it. Okay, I'm going to left click and move this over. And then when you click it, you have these options here: chart design and format. So to move it, you just click here, and you can just move it anywhere you want. Okay? Cancel that. Okay, what else here? Okay, that's yours. Okay, let me just I'll get to these in a second. All right, so I think this is an older version. That's that picture is 2016, maybe 2019 actually. Okay, so once again, to create a chart, you just click it, and you can go to the chart group in the Insert tab. Let me just. Okay, so to change a column chart into a bar chart, so okay, let me just. How do you change the chart types? All right, so I'm going to click this chart right here. Okay, and to change the chart type, let's say I don't like this pattern, I can click it and I go here to chart design and change chart type. And I can just go back in here and just let's say I want a line chart, and I want this one. Okay, and I can just click it and click OK. Okay, and that's what I get there. To change again, I'm just going to click the chart, go change type, and I'm going to just let's say click a bar chart, and say click this one right here, and click OK. All right, so that's all you do. So move chart and change chart type. So the thing is, you've got to make sure you click the chart in order to activate these two tabs: chart design and the format. Right, if I click this one right here, click the chart and click chart design, I have pre-built formats in here. If I click this one, that's what it looks like. This one, I get this. And you know what, let me just make this a little bigger here. And you know what, let me change the chart type. I'm going to click this, go change chart type. Let's go back into columns. I want something very simple. What happened? Oh, sorry. Change chart type. There you go. Okay, let me make this a little bigger here. Okay, so I've got this chart right here, and I've got these little buttons here: a plus sign, a paintbrush, and a chart filter. And these are just repetitive. You can get them here as well. So if I look here and I cycle through these, I can change the format with some pre-built styles here. And if I want to see more, I can just click right here, and I got some more options here. And let's leave it at that. That looks pretty nice. Okay, so what else we got here? Okay, so which chart would you best show that the average monthly rainfall per year? Okay, so these type of questions will, I don't think they'll be on the exam, pretty sure. I have to check. But these charts here. So let's just go here. Okay. Should I do this? I'm going to just click right here. Okay, now I'm going to click right here and change the chart title. Okay, if I just click right here, I can delete this. And I'm going to call this monthly expenses. And just click out. Okay, so now with these charts, let me click out of here. I have here, if I click the number or the bar, you can see they all get clicked. Okay, and I can change them if I want. Okay, I can change the formatting if I want just by clicking these. Okay, and I can look for a different format. But generally, let me just this chart I don't like. Let me go back to that simple one here. Go here, go insert, and I'm going to go this time. You know what? I'm going to just click right here, select these two, okay, and I'm going to create a pie chart, and we're going to just click right here. Okay, so now I selected pie chart, and I just use these two values in these two columns. So you can do that. Okay, so you don't have to select the entire thing when you're using when creating a chart. So I just do that. I'll show you that again. I'm going to click here, click out. Let's say I want the deaths here. I'm going to left click, and I want the cause. So I'm going to click right here, left click, control. Okay. So once again, in order to do this, you left click and drag. Now press the control key and left click and drag. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into insert, and I just want a chart for these two columns. And I'm going to go, let's say here, the pie chart. And now that's exactly what I've done. Okay, so I've got a pie chart here with only columns, the information from column B and column D. So let me just click there and undo that. I'm going to go back into insert. I'm going to go here. And as you can see, if I click here, I can just get the chart only for the two columns that I select. That's what I have right there. So here at the bottom is the it's telling me the type of disease, okay, or the type of illness. And here it's at the vertical line here. This is the rate. Okay. Now, if I want to put a title here, I can just go right here and make sure I click here, access titles. Okay, so now I have my titles here. So I've got a title here, and I've got a title here which I can put. I'm going to click this one right here. Okay, now I want to change that, and you look at it. It looks a little awkward. How do you change this? It's on an angle, right? A 90-degree angle. Well, all you have to do is just click in here. If you ever have this problem, just click make sure you click the title, and just go here to the formula bar. Okay, and so that was called the death rate. Okay, so I'm going to type in DEA, death rate. Okay, and as you can see, I can change it from here. So now it's changed. Okay. I can click this one right here, and I can just go into the formula bar, and I can type causes and press enter. And okay, that's what I get right here. Okay, so we'll talk a bit more about the formatting. Okay, so let's just take a 20-minute break right now. Okay, and just come back at 12:04. Is that okay? Does anyone have any questions? Yusra, the chart types. Yusra, let me check the exam regarding the chart types. Okay, I want to see if there are any questions. I'll be meeting with the coordinator today, and I'm going to see the exam. I'll see if there are any questions on chart types. Okay, and I'll get back to you on that. Okay, so yeah, we'll meet at about 19 minutes. Okay.
Hello, sir. Hello? Hello, sir. I have a question. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, sorry.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Oh, sorry. Wait 1 sec.
Hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, good. It's regarding the assignment because I
Okay.
basically had some questions from last night. I just want to confirm today. So number 13, I'm confused by it. It says format cells B5, I'm assuming to E8 with comma numbers format style showing 0 decimal places.
Okay.
So how I read that was from B5, because if you look at B5, it's the calendar app January, and then to E8, it just threw me off. So can you clarify that for me?
Okay. Let me see here.
because I was able to do the 2 decimal numbers for number 12, so 13, I'm not sure what it's
Okay,
asking.
okay, number 13. Okay, so from B5 to E8, okay, you just have to highlight all those numbers, okay, and click the comma, okay, and make sure they're 0 decimal places. So remember here, the decimal places are, to get the decimal place, let me just get out of here. You have to just click this one right here to make it 0. Okay, you can increase or decrease. So decrease it, get 0
I can't
decimal
see
place.
anything if you're trying to share screen.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay. Because B5, it's like it's a row column, and then to E8.
Yeah, okay, so if I say, look here, if I say B5, right?
Yeah.
I have B5 here.
You
If
do,
I say
okay.
to D8, that's right here. So D8 is here. So I'm going from
Mhm.
B5 to D8.
Oh, so the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay. So you start here, and then you spread it out up here. Okay, so it's going to be one.
E8.
Yeah. So I'm going
And
from
then,
here is B5, and here
okay.
is D8. Okay. So I'll show you. If you look here in the name box here, okay. If I go type B5 colon D8, press enter, it's going to highlight everything there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you something else here. I'm going to click this cell, type in B5 colon, let's say D14, D14, and press enter. Okay, and that's what it does.
Okay.
So it's just going to highlight. That's how Excel highlights everything, right? It has a starting cell, and it kind of spreads to the finishing cell.
Okay, so format B5 to E8 with comma number format style. So put a comma in between. Is that what you're asking?
Okay, so remember the comma format is this one right here. The comma style. So you have to highlight those numbers and then press this one right here. That's called the comma style.
Got it. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem.
Sir,
Yeah.
do you want A2 to be merged and centered as well, or no?
No, just follow the instructions. I think it's just the first one, right? The long. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Thank
up.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Amina speaking. Can I turn in my practice later on today?
The practice. The one we did today.
This one now, this one that we are doing now.
Okay. This one now is just a practice for you to.
Okay, no problem. So when
Yeah.
I'm done, I'll just talk about it.
No, no.
I can't do it till I am now.
Okay, Amina, this one I gave you just now is for your own practice, okay? So you don't have
I'll
to.
practice when I get home.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hello, sir. I
Hi.
have a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Follow up the question for assignment number 13.
Okay.
Is it included the zero decimal places? Because it said it's showing zero decimal places. Is it included that
Okay.
00?
So the question 13, let me just go again. With zero decimal places, so it could be a number like 375, and that's it. Okay, there's no dot, decimal 27 or anything like that, right? So there's no decimal places.
Oh, I see. Okay, sir. So
Yeah.
only just shows the comma styles for that.
Yeah, just so for the comma style, you will not get a decimal, right? It'll be 0.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
that's in it. Are we gonna go quickly over the quiz that we did this morning?
Well, you got the I did that quiz is just practice, right? But I don't think I put feedback on those, did I? Yeah, we can do that if you want. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Yeah.
Before break is over, how would you like us to send it to you? Do you want us to save it PDF and like send it back via email?
You can do that, or you can
That's
just
fine.
save it, or you can just give it to me as an Excel file. It's better. It's fine. Yeah, just actually give it to me as an Excel file because I have to give it back to you. Yeah.
Okay.
So just as an attachment, right? Email it to me as an attachment. That's fine.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Okay, so let's start here. Okay, so
Well, thank you for those instructions at the back, sir. I'm also doing my assignment right now. Thank you.
oh, okay, sure, no problem. Yeah. Okay, so let me just make this a little smaller here. Okay, so let's just finish up on the charts here. Okay, so I'm gonna click in here once again, anywhere inside here, or I can just press Control and A as well, and go into Insert, and I
We're
have
not
all.
seeing it, sir.
Oh, you're not okay. Sorry. Oops,
Yeah, you're
sorry.
not sharing. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, who do you send me your assignment?
No, not yet. Almost.
Oh, okay, okay. Let me just see who sent the assignment so far. Okay, actually, Huda, you did send it. I got it here.
Whatever
Did you
I sent
receive
is not
mine?
right.
Huh, Huda? Sorry, I have it here. It's so you want me to
Click
delete this
it.
one?
I think I might have just sent back your original email, to be honest.
Oh, it's actually, sorry, that's a red message. Okay, that's fine. It's
Yeah.
just it's a red. Okay, no problem. Okay.
Sorry, did you receive Asenet?
Asnet, let me just see here.
Yep.
Yes, and I got yours. Yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 9 so far. And so, like I said, you can give it any time you want, just before tomorrow if you can. Okay. Kara, you want to make sure you did perfect. Okay. Well, I can tell you right now from what I've seen, yeah, a lot of you are going to get very high marks on this one. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so
Sorry, sir.
yeah.
Follow-up question. Is there
Yeah.
any chance you can send us back our assignment so that we can see if we did
Yeah, this assignment here, yeah, I'll mark it and send it back to you. So the ones who've already given me an assignment, you've given it me, if I get it by today, yeah, I'll send it back to you by today. Okay.
after that? Thank
And
you,
if you
sir.
give it to me tomorrow morning, that's fine. I'll send it back to you tomorrow morning too.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so I just gotta highlight this, go into insert, and go right here. I can click any one of these options here. So the most common ones are, let me just go right here, recommended charts. If I click recommended charts, I get Excel automatically gives me a list of suggested charts that I can use. Okay? And if I click all charts, I can pick my own chart. So I have column, line, pie, bar, area, and so on. So I'm going to go and I'm going to click a pie chart this time again. And actually, let me cancel this out. I don't want all these. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click adjust the death rate. Now I'm going to go in the pie chart and let's say click this one right here. Okay. Now when I click the chart here, okay, I can move it around, and if I click the actual graph, okay, it has a chart as well. It has this one right here. Okay, I can move it around inside the chart. So if I look at this pie chart here, let me make this let me just not this. I'm going to exchange this one. I'm going to go change type. I want this one right here. Okay. And just make this a little bigger here. And I put the grade here. And oops, where is it? Okay. Okay, so I have this pie chart here, and I have a legend right here. Right now, I want to see the numbers here because here I have the adjusted death rate here, but I don't see these numbers here. So I'm going to click right here. I'm going to make sure that the chart is clicked. Then I'm going to go. I can go into here, okay, and click data labels. Okay, and that shows me the data labels. Or I can go right here, and I can access the same data labels from here as well. Okay, and I can put them inside, close to inside. I can put them outside. Generally, with a pie chart, usually want to put them outside. Okay. Now here, data callout. Okay, so if I click outside, okay, that's what it's going to look like. And let me just make this bigger. Right. So I put the data outside, and this tells me these values here, adjusted death rate. And so 11.6 is the largest adjusted death rate, or the largest value. Okay. So now if I go back into add chart elements, go to data tables, I can change the position of the data. I can put a data callout as well. So that just gives it puts the cause and the number as a percentage, right? And that's what I get right here. So if I click right here, go back into data labels, here. So if I once again click data callout, okay, so I have these percentages here: 14, 9, 5, 8, 3, and these all add up to 100%. So there's a formula. I can't remember the formula, but there's a formula to calculate pi values. I can't remember. It has to do with 360 degrees, something like that. I got to go back and look at those formulas. Yeah, but there's a very simple formula you use to calculate the space in these pies. Okay, so that's exactly what Excel is doing. So once again, add chart elements here. These values here, these options here, I can also get by clicking here, okay, and clicking right here, and I get these options here. So there's a lot of repetition that goes on here with tools. Now, if I go, let's say, yeah, I can change. Here it's legend, okay? So I can move the position of the legend. I can, let's say, put it at the left. I can put it to the top. I can put it to the right. So if I leave it at the right, that's what I get right there. All the charts have a quick layout pattern format, and you can click one of these, and it'll automatically give you a pre-built sort of a template, right? And you can click one of these layouts, and each layout is marked by a number. So this is layout 1, layout 2, layout 3, and so on. So let me just, and once again, I can go here and I can change the colors too. So let's say I want, I can just scroll through these colors. I've never really used these colors very much. I'm not very color coordinated. So whatever Excel gives me in terms of chart output, I take. But if you're more color specific, you can just cycle through these values right here. And as you can see, it changed the colors. So add chart elements, quick chart layouts, and color changes. You can also get right here. Okay. And styles, colors. And here I got the filter. Okay. So this filter I can use to select which ones I want to focus on. So if I just cycle through these, as you can see, it focuses on that and it sort of grays out everything else. Right. So let's click back in here. Okay, now let me just, I'm going to click here and delete this. Okay, I'm going to create a simple column chart. So I'm going to click right here, go insert, and I'm going to click one of these, and let's just say, this one, that's fine. Okay, simple bar chart. Okay. Now, Well, what happens if your chart updates? I mean, your table updates. Will that impact the chart? Well, yes, it will. Okay, so if you update here, it's going to impact the values here. So because these charts are all linked together, so they're all connected together. So they're connected to the table that they come from. So for example, let's say I go in and let's say change this one here. I'm going to just change this to an astronomical value. Let's say 100. Press enter. Now let me just see. Where's the? Okay, so now I'm just going to right click and refresh that, and I should see a change. Where's the refresh? Where's my refresh button? Let me just find that refresh button. Should be right here, saves. Okay, let me just see what I need to figure out why this is not working, because this should automatically update. But it's not doing that. Okay, let me just, I'm going to switch over to a change the chart type. I'm going to change it to a pie. And I want to see the labels here. So I'm going to click here and add the data labels. Okay, so I have 100 here. Okay. If I 100 here, I'm going to drop this down to 40. And okay, it didn't change. It's supposed to change. Because the idea is that these charts are linked, okay? But it's not updating itself. Generally, any change you make here is going to be reflected here as well. But I need to figure out why it's not doing this, because it was let's do something wrong here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out and I'll get back to you on this one. But now that we're in the pie chart, I want to show you one more thing about pie charts. If I click this pie chart right here, all these sections are actually Excel has cordoned them off. Okay, so if I just double click anyone, I get this that appears right here on this side right here. Now I can change the circular angle by changing here angle at first glance, and I'm just gonna make sure I have this one checked, the 3 bars. And if I spin this around, okay, I can move this around. I can spin this. Now this one, point exclusion. Okay, if I click a chart section right here, this one right here, say, okay, I've clicked the 40 section. If I go here, point exclusion, okay, it just brings it out slightly. So that's what the exclusion does. So once again, to get at this, okay, so to get this side, to get that window pane, you just double click inside the chart, double click very quickly, and this is what you'll get here. And you can change the angle of the chart by just doing this. Okay. You can change the degrees up to 360, make a complete revolution. And you can click, let's say, a specific section that you want, and you can separate that out by clicking the pie explosion. If I look at this one right here, okay, this is all about formatting. And these options here, formatting, you'll get right here as well. Okay, so there's a lot of repetition here. So if I click, let's say, let me click out of here, and I'm going to click here shadow. I can apply a shadow to this pie. Let me just click the color. I'm gonna, let's say, click a red color, and let's see. I haven't done this in a while. Okay, so that applies a shadow to the outside. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and there's other options you can do. You can apply a glow effect. Okay, you can apply soft edges. As you can see, there's a lot of options here, And it's not going to affect the actual chart. It's going to affect just this border right here. So let me just move this up, make it slightly smaller. That just dropped down inside. What happened here? But if I change the format here, click this one here, it's just going to change the border, the outside border. Okay, that's all it's going to do. So let me just click. I'm going to click right here and click 3D format, and let's give it a bevel. See how that looks. Okay, so as you can see, the border here is now beveled, and I can go here and let's say change the bottom bevel. So the formatting really just applies to this outside perimeter right here. If I click it, and I go into formatting, I have all these options here. And like I said, some of these are repetitive. If I click this one right here, once again, it only impacts the border. Okay, so if I cycle through these, it just changes the border. I'm going to just delete this whole chart. Click in here, go into insert, and I'm going to clear another one right here. Now I'm going to go back into format. And now I'm going to just click this one right here. As you can see, it's just the outside of the chart that's impacted. I can go here to shape outline, and that's going to change the fill. Okay, sorry, that's the fill. So fill is going to fill the colors, fill the white and replace it with a different color. Go back into shape fill, make it yellow. It's pretty nice. Click this again. So once again, if you click out, you're going to lose those two tabs. So to get those two tabs back in again, you have to just click in anywhere inside here, and then you can get those two tabs. Here, if I go into shape effects, I do believe it's still the same thing. It's just the border. Shape outline is just the color. I can go here and change the weight of the border, and let's say make it a little thicker. Okay, and that's what I get there. So if you go into shape outline, you have here a thing called weight, and weight is just the thickness of the border of the line surrounding this border right here. Let's see what else we get. Okay, so that's pretty much covered the chart. Okay, so I think we pretty much covered the important stuff here. One last thing here. Let me just invoke that. Okay, I'm just gonna delete this. Okay. And I'm gonna go back into cell here. I'm gonna delete that. So once again, with the chart, okay, you can create a chart from any range of values. Okay, so let me just go and delete this. Okay, so I've got to delete that. Okay, so you can create a chart from any range of values as long as they're contiguous. So if I go in here, press Control A, and then go Insert, and just click any one of these, I can create a chart. Click here, and you can create a chart. And you have different options here, column charts, and you have bar charts. And you can just cycle through them to find which one you want here. Now, there are other options. There's something else, when you're working with Excel, there's one other key technique that you have to know regarding how to create a formula in one cell, in one spreadsheet, and you're going to be accessing a value from another spreadsheet, right? So let me just show you that, because that's an important technique that everyone should know. Because you're going to be working with multiple Excel spreadsheets. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to press the plus sign here and right here. I'm going to hide this cell right here, this spreadsheet. I'm gonna hide this one. I'm gonna put the mouse over the mouse. I put the mouse over the name, and I'm going to go and where is it? Hide. I'm going to put the mouse over this one right here. Right click, and I want to hide that one too. I'm going to put the mouse over the charts. Right click, and I want to hide. Oops, I want to hide this one as well. I don't want to delete. I want to hide it. So right click and go hide. All right, so now I've got chart 5 and 6. So I'm going to click chart 5. I'm going to call it 1. I'm going to click chart sheet 6. So I'm going to double click that. Okay. I'm going to say 2. I'm going to create, go into 1. Okay. And I'm going to just type in, let's say 2016, 2017, 2018. And I'm going to click total. Okay, so now I'm going to, no, sorry, I'm going to, let me just delete this. And I'm just going to create one more chart, a spreadsheet, and I'm going to call this 3. Now, often you will have to access values from different charts when you're doing a formula or calculation. So here is 2016. I'm going to put some numbers in here. I'm going to say, let's say 34. I'm just randomly putting numbers here. And let me just highlight all this and go into home and create a table there or a range. I'm going to click here, click that, center everything. So I'm going to click right here, go into here and center it. Okay, now I'm going to copy this, press Control and C. I'm going to go into 2, and I'm going to go right here and press Control and V. I'm going to go into 2016, and I'm going to delete this and put 2017. And I'm going to change this value. I'm going to say, let's say 66, 88, 21, 99, 23, 22. Okay, now I'm just going to go into 3, and I'm going to create a total column. And the total column, okay, so total for 2018, 2017, and 2018. So I have a total column here, and I'm just going to highlight all this down here and do that. Okay, and then move that over. I'm going to take the formatting and grab this formatting. So I'm going to click here, click Format Painter, then go to 3 and just click there. Okay, so here I want the totals. I'm going to create a formula that's going to add this value here to these values here. But it's going to be across 2 other spreadsheets. Okay, so now how do you do this? Well, all you have to do is very simple. You just type in equals, and you go into 1. Okay, and now when I do that, I'm going to see this right here. Okay, in the formula bar it says 1, so I'm going to click this one right here, and I'm going to say plus, and I'm going to go into 2 and click this. Now I'm going to press enter. Now that's what I get here, 100. Okay, I'm going to go down like this, and it's essentially going to these other spreadsheets, and it's copying these values here, from here to here, from here to here. Okay, let me just undo that. Okay, I'll show you how to do it by hand. Okay, I'm going to just delete all this. Okay, I'm going to type in equals. Go here, type in equals. And now all I have to do is I got to type in the name of this spreadsheet. Okay, this spreadsheet here is called 1. So O-N-E. Now the important thing is you have to put in an exclamation mark. Okay, so you type in equals the name of the spreadsheet, an exclamation mark, and then you type in the name of the cell. So that cell was C4, right? So I have the name of the spreadsheet, the important exclamation mark, and the starting cell. The starting cell I know I wrote down was C4, right? Now I'm going to say plus 2. Okay, so I have to type in TWO exclamation mark, but that's the name of the second spreadsheet. Okay, it's 2 TWO, and you have to put that exclamation mark at the end of the name. Now you put the name of the cell, and the name of that cell was C4, the starting cell, and I just press enter, and that's what I get, 100. So I'm going to click right here and just put the mouse right here, and right click and drag. Okay, now I have 93. If I click in here, click the cell, press F2. As you can see, Excel is simply copying the formula and putting it down here. So I have equals the name of the spreadsheet, which is 1, the exclamation mark, and the cell address, okay? And plus sign here, and the name of the spreadsheet here, and exclamation mark, and the cell address. I'm going to just click enter here. I'm going to do this from here. I'm going to type in equals 1 exclamation mark, and I'm going to say I want what's in C4 and press enter, and that's what I get. So what Excel is doing is it's going into this sheet right here, 1, and it's grabbing what's in the cell address that I set. Okay, so if I do this again, I'm going to go into equals, let's say 2 TWO, and make sure you always put the exclamation mark, and then you type in the name of the cell address that you want, whose value you want. And I think it was C4. I gotta check, but I think it's C4, and that gives me 66. So just remember that technique. It's a very simple technique and can stymie a lot of people, right? So you just type in equals the name of the spreadsheet that you want, then an exclamation mark, and the cell address. Okay, and then you're good to go, and you just press enter. Okay, now that's it for Excel. There's a lot of stuff in Excel that we weren't able to cover because we're just compressed with time here. Like I said, just enroll. If you really want to get into Excel, you can just go into the. You can enroll in that course I gave you, right? It's a free course, and you can do like that. You can just go much deeper into this. Let's see. Just a couple of things here. If I go into formulas, okay, here I have a list of all the different types of functions, right? And these are there are about 450 of them here. Okay? So if ever you want to know a specific function, you can just go in here to the formula tab, and you can click up a formula, or you can just go right here and you can look up any type of formula. Now they're all categorized as statistical engineering and various other types. Okay? And we didn't go into name manager here. You know what? I'm just going to show you one more thing here. You might find this handy as well. I'm going to go here and type. I'm going to highlight everything here. Okay. And I'm going to go into formulas and go right here, define name. Click that. And now I'm going to give this range of values a name. Okay. I'm going to call this 1. Call it 1. And I'm going to press OK. Now, what happened there? Okay, well, if I create a spreadsheet right here, another one, a blank one, if I go in here and type in equals and then 1, as you can see, Excel saved it. So I press tab and press enter. I can extract all the values without the formatting. Okay? So that's another thing. It's a handy thing called define name. A lot of people do that when they have, let's say, a large table and they want to give it a name. And then they just go here and they give it a name, and then they can just access it from anywhere in the workbook. Okay, anyone have any questions? I know that was a lot of stuff we covered here. Let me just check the chat room. Okay, so Santiago, yes, I'm going to post today's right now. Okay, after the class, so you'll get these two PowerPoints as well as a PDF. Okay, so right after the class, probably by 1:30, check, and you'll see them. Anyone else have any questions?
I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
Just go over the function, like
Yeah.
the total for 20. You show, you just show the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah. The 3. Yes, 3.
3. Okay.
Yes, 3. Yes. So here, the C3 is total for 2017 and 2018.
Yeah. Okay. So this 3, okay, has the totals for this value here, and for this one right here. Yeah. And if I complete it, okay, if I just go right here, I can get the rest of the values.
Yes, so total for 2013 and 2018. I'm just confused as the one sheet. Yeah, as
okay, so here, yeah. Okay, 2016
yeah.
Has 34, 5, 23, 76, 23, and 45, right?
Yeah.
You see these values, okay? 2017 has 66, 88, 21, 99, 43, and 22. Okay, now this 3, okay, what I did was I went in and I grabbed the values from this sheet and this sheet, and I put them together here. Okay? So once again, if I just delete that.
So is that total for 2016 and
oh, sorry, my what am I doing here? Sorry, this is 2000. Sorry. Yeah, okay, I see my mistake. Okay, this is this is 2016. My mistake. Sorry. Thanks for picking that up. And that's 2017. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing there.
Oh, sorry.
Right, so yeah, so 2016 and 2017. Sorry. Yeah, thanks for picking that up. So yeah, all I did was so you understand what I did, right? I just went in, type in equals. Okay, I typed into the name of the first sheet, typed a exclamation mark. Then I typed the name of the cell value that I want to start out, and that was C4. Okay, and then I typed in plus the name of the second sheet, which was 2 exclamation mark C4, and press enter, and that's what I get. And then I can just go down and sorry, let me just get spam. Okay, and that's all I did. Okay. Yeah, so I was made that mistake 2016, 2017. Okay, so 2016, 2017.
Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, if I make an error, like just remind me. Yeah, cause sometimes there's so much information I've got to throw at you that I kind of get lost as well. Okay, Asenath, you asked about the quiz we just did now. Okay, I'll just explain that to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. Okay, so if you look here, what must you do to lock a cell? Okay, to lock a cell, you just have to put the dollar signs before the row and the column, and that's it. Okay. Okay, so here, a locked cell prevents a cell's formula from moving to an empty cell, so that's true. Okay, so like I said, because it's locked, it's not going to move down with the other formula. It's going to stay locked to a particular cell. So if there's an empty cell beneath it, it's not going to go down to that empty cell. Okay, so you want to lock that particular cell if it's part of the formula. Right? So this is true. how is it? What should I usually do to separate the values in a date? Okay, so you generally use hyphens. So you put let's say the month, then the hyphen, day, then the hyphen, and then the year, and then Excel will format it properly. Okay, so what type of referencing is this? Okay, there's a dollar sign here. Okay, there's a dollar sign before the H and a dollar sign before the 2. So that means it's an absolute reference. Okay, it's absolute means it's final, it's locked. It's not a relative and it's not mixed. Okay, mixed referencing. Mixed referencing is this. If you see just one dollar sign, then it's called mixed referencing. We didn't go into that, but just bear that in mind. Okay, so if you see just one dollar sign before the row or the column, then we call that mixed referencing. All right, so what type of referencing is this? H2? Okay, this is relative referencing. Okay? There's no dollar signs. Okay, so there's no locking of a row or a column. Okay, what symbol must be first typed in order to use a formula or a function? Okay, so that's always going to be the equal sign. So you always have to type in the equal sign when you're using a function or when you're creating your own formula. Okay, so if G1 equals 2 and G2 equals 4, okay, so what is the answer here? What do you think? Okay, so yeah, it's going to be 6. It's just going to add G1 and G2. Okay, so I can just put a comma there, and that's it to separate those two values. This thing about like G1 equals 2, G2 equals 4, that's a programming concept. Okay, so Excel is saying the value in G1 is assigned to 2, the value of G2 is assigned to 4. Okay, now here the average. Okay, so it's what is the result of this function? It wants the average of 2 and 4. Okay. So the average of 2 and 4 is going to be what? 3. Okay. So it's just taking the average. It's adding these together and dividing it by 2. Okay. So 2 plus 4 is 6, and 6 divided by 2, because there are two numbers only, is 3. Okay, so that's generally how you take the average. Okay. Okay, most functions require one or more what that specify what to calculate. So what answer did you guys get here?
Arguments.
Yeah, arguments. Okay, so arguments are the values you put into a function, and that's it. So a function will always require some arguments that you have to put in. Okay, so you can insert a function using buttons in the function library on this tab, and that's the formulas tab. Okay. Okay, so so tomorrow we'll start with PowerPoint, and so there'll be another assignment I'll give you tomorrow as well on PowerPoint. I've got to modify that. And it's going to be a simple assignment where you just create a PowerPoint presentation. Maybe you have about 10 slides and you set it to automatic and just it automatically plays. You may put some sound in it and some formatting. Okay? So if there are no more questions, I can take attendance and that's it. Okay. So anyone have any more questions? Check the chat room. Okay, the practice test we just did, Joanna. Yeah. Okay, so what must you do to lock a cell? Okay, so to lock a cell, you just add the dollar signs. Okay. So once again, let me just go into Excel here. Right. So I'm going to type in equals, and I'm going to just click this cell right here. Right, and now to lock this cell, I just click in the middle and press F4, and that gives me the dollar signs. So now this cell is locked. So if I create a formula, let's say I'm going to say equals 3, I'm going to say 1 plus, and I'm going to click this cell right here, and I'm going to lock this cell right here, F4, press enter. Okay, I get 101. Now, because this cell is locked, I shouldn't get anything here as well. So it's not going down, and it's adding 93. So if I keep going down like this, okay, it's still going to be 101 because the value is locked to this cell right here. So I click right here and go formula and trace precedence. Okay, as you can see, because I locked that first cell, I can't go down. It's the Excel is not applying the formulas downwards. It's just copying the formula and the values. If I click here and click trace precedence, okay, it's saying that the value here has been locked to whatever is here. So C4 is is the locked cell. So I cannot apply the formula down. Okay, now if I'm gonna delete this. Click in here, press F2. I'm gonna unlock it. So click here and press F4 again to remove everything, to remove the $sign. All right, now, if I do this, okay, it's going to add 1 to 93. Okay, it's going to add 1 to 44 and get 45. It's going to add 1 to all these values here. So just understand that it can do that because it's relative. Okay? The referencing is relative. It's simply Excel. When Excel comes here, it's just grabbing the formula here and applying it to this value here, right? And it can do that because the value is not locked. Okay, so everything is relative. So this formula here is going to be relative to this value. This is relative to this. This is relative to this, so on. So that's why the formula here is going to change. So 1 plus C4 is 101. Then when I went down, it went to 1 plus C5. So C5 is 93 plus 91. That's 94. Okay. So I know this takes that absolute referencing. It takes you got to really practice to get your head around that. For some people, it can take a little while before they understand it. So just don't like fret over it. If you have a general idea of how it works, that's fine, dandy. Okay. Okay. So anyone else have any more questions? Let me just check the chat room. Okay, so let me just, if no one has any questions, I'm going to do the attendance right now. You get the attendance sheet. Okay, just say your name here. Okay, let me just. Okay, Azadine, you here? Yes, I think he's here. Azadine, where are you? Anyone? I thought I saw Azadine. Saw his name here. Did he get kicked out? Okay, hold on. Okay, Chris, you here?
Here.
Okay, great. Shabana.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Shabana, you got the assignment, right?
The assignment, yeah, but
That's,
I didn't. Haven't submitted the practice test.
No, not the practice test. The one from yesterday I gave. The assignment that you marked on assignment 1. You got that.
Yesterday I wasn't in. I was sick yesterday. I was absent.
Okay, did you check your email?
I didn't get anything in the email either. I wanted to ask you about yesterday's, but I didn't get anything in the email.
Okay, Shabana, just stay in the classroom, okay? And when I do the attendance, okay, I'll just speak to you.
Okay, sure.
Okay, Yin Hong, yes, she's here. Okay, Joanna's here. Yes. Okay, Zarinaman, yes, she's here. Okay, no problem. Okay, Maurice, yeah, I think she's here. Alexia, is she here? Santiago's, yeah, okay, Santiago is here. Okay, Christiana, who is here?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
I'm here.
Okay. Zenaida, is she here?
Yes, sir, present.
Yes, okay, good. Verna is here, I know she's here. Rugiato, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great.
Rugiato is
Okay,
here.
Rugiato, okay, no problem. Okay, Evelyn is here. Kara's here. Lewis is here. Yes, Huda. Amina,
Sir,
yeah.
do you mind just checking if you got my assignment, if it's like the correct one?
Okay, yeah, just hold on a second. Okay, Asenath is here. Amina's here. Okay, no problem. Okay, so just okay, so if you have no questions, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Just Shabana, and if anyone else wants to stay and get some extra.
I have a question.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Let me just check my mail to see. I got Huda, you sent it just now?
Yes,
Okay.
can you just look at it and see if
Yeah,
it's
I got
the
it
right
right
one?
here. Yeah, okay, I got it.
With my name on it at the bottom?
Yeah, you sent it 12/14, didn't you? A while ago.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, no problem. I got yours.
Thank you.
Okay. Joanna, you just sent me yours right now. I got yours. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Shabana, can you okay, Shabana, I will send you the assignment. You said you didn't get it. You should have it. You checked your Anderson College email?
Yes. Anderson College email.
Yeah, just check that.
Sir, question.
Yeah, who's that?
She's
Evelyn?
checking.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Remember I told you I'm not going to be here tomorrow. The college
Okay.
already know that I won't be present. So how
Okay,
can you? Yeah, would you able to email me in my personal email so I can get it where I am, please?
Yeah. I'll send it to you tomorrow. The second assignment. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay.
You want
Thanks,
to
sir.
personal email? Okay, no problem.
Yes, thank you so much. Because then I can easily print it too. Because I'm not, as I mentioned to you, that I have to limit my time on the computer. So it's better
Sure,
if
no
I
problem.
print it. All right, thanks a lot.
Sure.
Take
All
care.
right, no problem. See ya.
Hi, sir.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure, Maurice, go ahead.
Do we really need to send it back to you, the practice activity?
No, the practice activity. No, you just keep that with you, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, I'm just having a little trouble logging into my Anderson email.
Okay, Shabana, I got your personal email. Yeah, I have your personal email here as well.
Yes, I think it'd be better if you send it to my personal email.
Yeah, okay, let me just unhide that for a second. Okay, so yeah, Shabana, your personal email is Shabzi101, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I'll send it to your Gmail. Let me just.
Sir,
Yeah.
question. Will you be going over for the exam on Wednesday or Thursday?
Sorry, what?
We're having the exam on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to be going over it for the Thursday before the exam or the Wednesday?
Probably the Thursday.
Okay, that's good because I won't be here tomorrow. Okay, that's good. Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank
sure.
you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye. Okay, so Shabana, I sent you the assignment. Aston is not going to be in tomorrow. Okay, so anyone else have any questions? You want some to go over some stuff?
I still haven't received it yet.
Okay, you checked your Anderson College email?
I'm having trouble logging into that. I can't log into it. I haven't been able to log into it for a while, actually.
Oh, okay. Can you speak to the just tell the IT people, okay? I will send your. I'm going to send it to you right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
If, for instance, you miss a class because you weren't able to get online because of IT, do you lose that mark?
No. If you tell me ahead of time that there was a problem, a technical problem, that's fine. That's just out of your hands, right?
Okay, that's what happened to me the first class I missed.
Okay. So yeah, just remind me of that. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, Shabana, just let me find it here.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, it's Joanna. I just have a
Yeah.
question. For
Yeah.
the just because I want to review everything,
Yeah.
so it's the 4 PDFs, right? All of those?
Yeah. So there'll be 4 Excel files and 4 PowerPoint slides files. Okay. I haven't put on the PowerPoint as yet, so I can do that today. I've got to put on the rest of the Excel files today as well. Okay. So just
Oh, okay.
by 2 o'clock they'll be all there. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, Shabana, just hold on.
Sure, sir.
Okay, Shabana, just check your email right now. I just sent it to your private email.
Okay, let me check it.
Yeah, just check it all the way there.
Yes, I just received it.
Okay, great. So if you have any questions, just email me, okay? Or email me through the course of the day, okay? Or you can send go into Teams and send me a chat, okay? I can pick up on that better.
Okay, perfect. I'll do that.
Okay, great.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Okay, see you then. Okay, Lewis, yeah, see you then.